126-97. Spurs outscored the T-Wolves in every quarter. 6 players were in double figures. Wemby went for 27 and 17. Keldon Johnson came off the bench and scored 21 points in 22 minutes. They're up 3-2 now, heading back to Minnesota. You'll catch that game Friday night on Amazon Prime. As the playoffs continue tonight, we get the Cavs as they open the series with the Pistons at 2 apiece behind Donovan Mitchell's 43 points. It included 39 in the second half. Game 5's tonight. You can catch it live right here. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hump day! Hump day!
Woo!
Hey, good morning, everybody! Hey, good start, Vic.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Sorry. Good morning to those hacking hairballs in the studio today.
Yeah.
Bad bong water.
I guess so, yeah. You're not supposed to drink it after.
Nah,
I gargle with it.
I forgot to change it.
Jeez.
Breath is hard
For
as
15 years?
bong water.
I actually use vodka in my water.
Oh,
Free basin.
yeah. They've got a word for that, I believe. You're a junkie.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day.
Everybody's up and happy today except them that went down to military and put on a full-on parade again.
Oh, yes. Boy, there were some moments where it felt like, are the Spurs going to blow? Like, there was about 3 different times. But if you're unaware, if you couldn't stay up until like 9 o'clock, which, God, it was so much better having this early start. So much better.
Yeah, we get it for a minute.
But if you couldn't stay up, there were stretches of the game where there was about 3 times where it felt like the Spurs had pulled away permanently.
And then they'd go on autopilot. Well, I guess it was when they sat Victor down, quite frankly. But they'd go on autopilot, and then they'd play with their food, and then they'd just a little bit more. It felt agonizingly painful for Minnesota. I think they would have been better if we'd have just put them out of their misery. We kept kind of giving them hope, and they'd get within 4. They even tied it up at one point.
They did.
And then whack, 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 9. Whack, 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 15. And then they'd push and pull and figure out a way. And then they kept having to get back and get slapped around a little bit. But it was the Spurs, in the end of the day, outscored them in every quarter. It was just a beatdown. I mean, they played with their food, yes, but there was pretty much no question what was going to go down in this game by midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, in the first quarter, the Spurs jumped out to like a 15-point lead, and then with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, it was a 2-point lead.
Yeah, Wimber takes a breather.
Are you kidding me?
Here they came, but they never could get to the top of the mountain, and that's painful, man.
And then they got up by like, I think 18, and then with 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter, tie game.
Yep. How? Well, and it was frittered away.
And then I think it was like right after that was like an 8-0 run or something for the Spurs, and then that was the end of like what felt close. And if you've got PTSD as a Spurs fan, you worry going into the fourth quarter with a healthy lead that
they did
nothing's safe here. But the fourth quarter was their most dominant quarter of the day.
And some of it was Minnesota throwing in the towel. I mean, some of it is we got to save some tire tread. But no, the Spurs let them have it. There was some extra energy, certainly at the beginning of the game, and it showed in Wemby's attack. He can defer and deflect, but he was under orders. Dude, go win this game. I mean, that was the intent. Everybody around him was giving him the ball. They were willfully letting him just go to work and surgerize Rudy Gobert to the point where Gobert was unplayable. They just couldn't have him on the court.
It's about what we talked about. I said I expected Wemby to come out pissed off. His first quarter was absolutely phenomenal.
Dude, it's just it's not fair sometimes. The rest of the league's just got to hate us, man. Just to watch what Wemby – because there's never been a dude – well, there has been. But he's just this one-man wrecking crew that when he's feeling it, you just kind of, get out of the way and hope he misses.
Well, it's like when when Shaq first started to rise, it was like,
holy cow.
this is not fair.
I don't know how we're going to defend him. We're literally going to have to change the rules, man.
And they did. They might have to change them again. Who knows?
I'm telling you, after a couple of years of this, they're going to start questioning because Wemby is just becoming. He's not it yet.
Yeah, he is blossoming.
There's always a bunch of contributors, lots of such chefs to a win. But what was the most important thing you saw last night? The thing that separated other stuff. Obviously, it was a great win, but what was the thing you thought was really the key?
I would say I thought that Keldon's return to being a factor was a big deal.
Because 21 points in 22 minutes.
Because Keldon has been, for lack of a better term, ass
yes.
throughout the playoffs. Not just this year. Like, Keldon has been a non-factor in the playoffs. And no one's really talked about it because the Spurs are winning.
Well, I kind of attribute it to a matchup because he's kind of a tweener, and Minnesota's a huge team. So, his defensive stuff is a little hard to find him a guy to guard.
Well, and that's the other, and we talked about this the other day off the air, I think. The reason that Keldon's been able to blossom this season as a player was because basically they said, hey, don't worry about being a good defender anymore.
Go attack.
We know, like for you to be a good defender takes a lot of effort. Like, just go out there and try and get some buckets.
The other part of that is, put on about 10 pounds, man. It's all right. Put on some weight, be big body. That's all right. And go play offense, and that's what he did.
And it's worked. And last night felt like that. So, I'd say that was that was the biggest difference in last night's game versus every other playoff game was Keldon was not only a factor, he looked like the sixth man of the year.
It felt like the point of emphasis when you looked at the one, if we do these three things, we will win this basketball game. One is Wemby, just be yourself, go do those things. Two is Keldon, find yourself. Go back to what got you here and just attack. Make everything you are about 110%, and he did. He was under orders. You could tell you do not take a shot unless you dribble 3 times. And if you can put your butt in that guy's stomach, and he did it repeatedly. It didn't matter who. He bodied people down to the paint because they were putting guards on him. Because he'd become a jump shooter. So once they were putting little guards on him, that didn't matter which guard it was. Even Jaden McDaniels took a couple to the chest. So he attacked hard, and you could tell it was under orders, and he needed it. You could just see it in his eyes. It started to snowball for him, and as the game went on, he got better and better and more efficient. Again, 21 points in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And just went and did what he was told to do.
Is that what you were hoping I was going to say? Is that what you're
No, there was a couple of key points that you could go, this is why. And obviously, De'Aaron Fox is going to come into play because, again, the EKG that is De'Aaron Fox, we had a peak last night, and he was effective immediately. He attacked. He was a willing passer. He created lanes for his other guys. He hit a fair amount of open shots.
I don't know if he had a turnover.
He did all those, so you could pivot that and say, when there's not a game we can lose if he plays good. We can lose a game if Wemby plays well.
Yeah.
If De'Aaron Fox plays well, I don't know how you beat us.
The other thing I noticed was early in the game when it was tight, Steph Castle picked up a couple early fouls, and then when the Spurs got a comfortable lead, he was able to back off on defense.
Dude, they changed the way they called the game, man. I felt like the way Dylan Harper, or the way that Steph was guarding Julius Randle specifically, was rough. They were quick. That's what we kind of thought. Then Dylan Harper comes in, who was spectacular, magnificent. They put him on Anthony Edwards. He proceeds to just absolutely mug Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I mean, to beat the crap out of him. No whistles. No. But they allowed Dylan Harper to play a phenomenal basketball game. But, Steph, I felt like, was a victim of all right, brother, you got to slow down too kind of whistles because they got him fast. And then Dylan Harper got to come in and play a completely different kind of defense because he wore a different number.
But I also think Castle was able to back off a little bit as the lead got
game changed from that point on. Yeah. And once Steph had 3 fouls, they'd made their point. He got to go do and be, and he didn't have to body up because Minnesota wasn't attacking like they had been before. They knew they couldn't get away with some of that offensive chicken wing. That was taken care of early. And here's one of the things that struck me last night. Whenever you hear the refs are really going to tighten things up, we forget that these are professional athletes. They adjust to the refs.
Right.
So it doesn't mean there's going to be a whole bunch of fouls. It just means they're going to play the game a whole lot differently. And Minnesota was forced to play the game a whole lot differently. And so that gave the free movement that the Spurs so desperately need to be absolute killers. And there's nothing the Spurs can do better than what they did last night other than hit a few more jump shots.
I was going to say, the shooting – the shooting numbers, the 3-point shooting numbers particularly, are a bit skewed because the Spurs started to hit a bunch of threes late in the game when it was already a blowout performance. It was like Lindy Waters and Kelly Olynyk hit threes last night.
So
they kind of it boosted the numbers.
I'll say this, though. Every shot they took were wide open. Those shots you expect by the numbers, by the Daryl Morey method, we'll get into that in a minute, that those are going to fall. But I'll tell you, that was the Spurs offense as it was designed to be last night. That's Spurs peak basketball. 6 guys in doubles, everybody getting minutes, effective, sit down, get your rest, get back up and go hustle. Everything that you want to see in a good team, they exhibited, but they just didn't hit a lot of jump shots. So hopefully that'll right itself as they keep playing. And
after halftime, Reggie Miller was incredulous about this, by the way. It's well deserved. The Timberwolves just came out and their whole offensive game plan shifted to where it was like,
okay,
we're going to go out here and just chuck.
This is going to be easy. You're going to play hero ball, are you? Okay.
And it was like, it was early possession, bad shots. And
First guy with the ball, shoot.
What are you guys doing?
Everybody crashed the board.
It was almost like they'd just given up.
They did. They slumped.
It was
so it got skewed. That wasn't a fully attacking Minnesota, and you can expect the reffing's going to be a little bit different when we get back up there, but I don't think we'll ever see another game, at least in this series, as rough and tumble as we did before.
Game 3.
I think both teams are going to be reflective, and the team's offensive strategies are going to reflect a little bit more ease of movement.
Well, and I mean, you saw last night that was a 223 points, which in this series feels like a million.
Well, and that was all Spurs. I mean, Minnesota didn't even crack 100. I mean, the Spurs defensively were pretty stellar, considering.
Well, they were stellar, but the Timberwolves helped them out.
That's what I'm saying,
bit,
considering what Minnesota couldn't do. And then it was backups in the fourth. So, I mean, or just throw in the towel kind of game in the fourth. So I don't count a lot of that either.
And I don't know where they can turn. I don't know where Minnesota can turn. I think the series is over. I feel like yesterday went exactly the way I thought it would go. I thought that the Spurs would get a blowout win and the Timberwolves would just kind of melt. And I thought they were going to melt next game. I feel like they've already melted.
Well, the fear was, one, you poked the bear. One, I think everybody in the world knew Wemby was going to come out. You just hoped he was going to miss or overextend or do something weird. And that didn't happen. And, you get down by 18 real fast and fight your way back. And after this long and hard and tough fight, you're still down by 8. And you've outscored them by 12 points. You're still down by 8. So it was one of those. They were going to fight as much as we can. They didn't have it. Gobert, I don't know if he's been exposed, but if they continue to call it this way, he will now be a non-entity because there's nobody out there for him to guard other than to stand in front of the rim.
Well, and he's useless on offense.
Yeah, so somebody's going to be open on defense all the time, or they're going to blow by him for a layup and an and one, which is the way the Spurs get their threes basically anymore. If they can hit their freaking free throws, and then when he's out, like you said, when he's in there, it's 4-on-5 offensively.
Yeah.
So I think if they allow to continue to call the game this way, Rudy is going to be the one that suffers the most because there's just nowhere for him.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not adding anything right now. Naz Reid, when he's on the floor, it's like, oh, you feel like Minnesota's got a chance to do something.
Dude, stop dribbling. I shouldn't give the other team some pointers, but Naz Reid wears me out, man. Just stop dribbling around the 3-point line, you big 6'10" guard. Stop it.
I thought the one bright spot for them last night was Ayo Dosunmu has developed defensively in a way that I didn't think he was really going to.
Well, he's
starting to look like he might be a two-way player. And if he can continue that path, that guy could be a hell of a player. But Anthony Edwards was he scored 20 and it wasn't even close to enough.
And everything he got was hard.
Yep.
I'm telling you, we wore him out.
Yep.
The Spurs were allowed to make sure that every time he had the ball, he knew there was at least 2 defenders and sometimes 3 coming to him. So they weren't going to let him beat him. And they allowed the Spurs, they being the refs, to be a little physical, more than I would have thought given the way the rest of the game was called.
39 minutes on the floor for him.
And just ineffective. He was a non-entity.
And you get blown out by damn near 30 points.
And he's relegated to hitting deep threes, those kind of things where you go, okay, you're excited about that, are you? Well, you can have that all night if you want it.
Yeah, so a rough game for Minnesota. Now San Antonio 1 win away from the Western Conference Finals. It is – I still am pretty locked in that I think the Thunder are the best team. The version of the Spurs we saw last night,
that's the one that scares them.
That is their fear.
Like I said, this is what we were engineered to be. Last night was the game. That's how we look. That's if we win a title, it'll be because we play exactly like we played last night. Defensively, offensively. Victor doesn't have to have 12 blocks for us to win. He just has to frighten the crap out of everybody on the court, and you'll get 2 or 3 just by being Victor. And he got 3 last night, but it wasn't like it was required because he was never challenged. He has changed the game to the point where they don't even try anymore. They're junking jump shots.
Yeah, I'm curious. And listen, I mean, Minnesota does not have the players that can even push Wemby. Like we were just talking about, Gobert is not a player that is not the kind of player that is ever going to bother Wemby.
As long as
on really either end.
Well, physically, if you're allowed to jostle him, obviously you can get to him mentally, and you can take him out of some things. But if you're calling the game like they call it in the regular season, or at least just half-assed, there's nothing you can do. Nobody can, but especially Gobert, because he's limited. He's not quick. So you pull him 5 feet from the basket, he's done.
Yeah, and there's also he doesn't give Wemby any threat offensively either.
No. Most
people don't, but I do think Chet Holmgren is one of the guys who can make him work a little bit.
Maybe.
I still think that, I mean, Minnesota has some flaws that become obvious when they're like, you can't picture Shea having a game like
it's going to be how we call it. If they allow Dylan Harper to get away with what they did against, or anybody to get away with what they did to Anthony Edwards, and they put him on Shea, you can take him out of the game.
Well, but the problem is, if you're allowed to do that, then that means Lou Dort can do that. That means that Cason Wallace can do that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've pictured this OKC San Antonio series in my head, and I've pictured it being like a bunch of 115 to 110 games.
I don't think that's coming, man.
It feels like it might be grimy.
I think it's going to be allowed to be a little bit more physical than we expect, because if it just doesn't match the way we want to see this series goes. And both teams are deep. Both teams can afford fouls. Yeah. Both teams have several stars. So I don't think that it would inhibit the way the series would come out, because I think both are capable. And given the way that the Spurs have had to get through a couple of Portland games, and we've seen the wrestling matches they've already had, they're prepared for it. I'm not worried that if they have to go that route that they can't win, because I think they can, but because they've had to deal with it. But I don't think no matter what we see, we'll never see anything, like I said, like the first 3 games in this series. We just won't see that. That went too far.
Man, it does feel inevitable, though. Oklahoma City and San Antonio, 1 game away from a clash.
I can tell you one thing I will guarantee you we're going to see for the rest of the series is they are going to always pick us up 3-quarter court. The Spurs are least effective when they have to get the ball up on the other side, to the timeline on the other side, with about 14 seconds left. The Spurs just seem to get out of sync. So that's been one thing that I've seen Portland. It works for Portland. It has worked for Minnesota, and we're going to continue to see it until we can, get out and get past that after a consistent offensive rebound. We're pretty good on a made basket.
Yeah.
But when we're getting offensive rebounds, they're picking us up so early that we don't get a lot of the fast breaks when they're able to jump him. So that's one thing that I think we need to work on, and that's one thing that Oklahoma City is really good at with all those guards.
All right, we got a lot to get into today. It's a hump day on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Some good news along 35 with that road work. They're picking up the road work at 35 southbound, right at Randolph. Completely clear, 35 northbound, Olympia Parkway over to Evans. Still set up, though, at 35 northbound as you approach O'Connor. This road work causing about a 10-minute delay, stop and go from 410. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about this early morning, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll go and check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Diamond Tea.
Go ahead, sip into summer with Red Diamond. Fresh brewed with just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar. Always cold and ready in the refrigerated section. Red Diamond Fresh Brewed Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now, I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best they can, and they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. But hurry, deadlines to file end this week. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Clark, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
First off, big up to you fellas. Love the show. I'm a truck driver. I listen to you guys all the time. Appreciate you taking the call. And this is for you guys.
There you go.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Clark.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're listening to The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? How we all doing out there? Morning Huddle 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star. Welcome in, welcome in. Vic, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Had a small headache, but the coffee kicked in. And
There we go. So you'll be pooping later?
yeah, no, I already did that. No, I already did.
already?
Yeah.
We keep track of each other's bowel movements around here. He's up 1-0 on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at my stomach. There's nothing there.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Yeah.
Speaking of, you have the title for yesterday. You won yesterday.
Oh man, did I? It's good. I tried something new in my diet. That was a bit of a mistake. Bit of a mistake. A bit of a misstep. But we all learn our lessons. The game, I guess, what is it? Game 6 tonight between the Cavs and I don't know why I'm blanking all of a sudden. The Cavs and the Pistons.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's a forgettable series.
It really is. That's what I was just going to say. I was just going to say, are you stoked for the game?
This is a war of attrition. There's two very evenly matched teams. One that's a little bit younger and making mistakes in Detroit, and one that is, relying, at least in the last game, on a superstar to go bananas. So, I mean, there's brief moments of interestingness there, but at the end of the day, this has just been a war of attrition, a home court win. Crowd matters in this thing, so you expect Detroit will get this one because they're at home, but there's no guarantee. I guess that's the intrigue, because I honestly don't know who's going to win. I expect Detroit should.
See, I kind of expect the other way. But
that kind of shows where the world is on this. So I guess given that, there should be some intrigue because it's a tight series. I just don't think it's been particularly well played.
No, it's not. I mean, it's certainly not pretty ball. It's not fun to watch. No. But it is a game that is going to decide who's playing in the Eastern Conference Finals, or at least is going to take a big step towards it. Although I think most people would say last night wasn't exactly an exciting game either. If you weren't a Spurs fan,
no.
Yeah.
And that's the concern about the way the game was reffed, because it's the other side of the coin here. It was just a very fast pace, and if you like that kind of stuff where it's a matter of volume, the most shots are going to win tonight. That just didn't entertain me as much as the other ones, but I certainly appreciated the output. And I know, again, the Spurs, this is the way the regular season is called, and that's the way in the regular season. What was this? The Spurs' 13th 25-point win of the year. So when allowed to move like that, they whoop your ass. So I just don't think they're going to be allowed to be that free again.
But, hey, got with it for a night, and it's it's a happy.
The sad thing is, I'm happy because they call the game normally. I shouldn't really have to look at it like that, but we all know what the playoffs are.
That is it's always the question, and we see it more often than not. Playoff basketball is a much more physical game,
as it should be.
Okay, the right before the game last night, they announced a couple of NBA deaths, and one of them was Jason Collins, who was the first openly gay NBA player, died of brain cancer at 47 years old, which I didn't think that Jason Collins was older than me, but I know that he had traveled to somewhere in Asia.
He was getting some kind of alternative
treatment.
like
trying some sort of treatment that wasn't allowed in the U.S., and he was able to come home, but apparently it just didn't hold up, and he passed away yesterday. The other one, though, was Brandon Clark.
This one's sad. This one's one of those wasted.
Dude, I've talked to you about Brandon Clark before. Brandon Clark is the kind of player I always wanted on my team. I think Brandon Clark is the epitome of what you want an NBA role player to be, at least on the court. And apparently he had some rough things going off the court. We'll talk about that coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Some good news along 35 with that road work. They're picking up the road work at 35 southbound, right at Randolph. Completely clear, 35 northbound Olympia Parkway over to Evans. Still set up, though, at 35 northbound as you approach O'Connor. This road work causing about a 10-minute delay, stop and go from 410. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about this early morning, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll go and check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. It's Staples' 40th anniversary, and they've got deals worth celebrating. Now through May 23rd, enjoy up to 50% off. Save on paper, chairs, custom print, balloons, and more. 4 decades in business deserves some seriously smart savings. Staples, that was easy.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days are going to be here soon. Don't wait until the heat hits to try to avoid high energy bills. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with new energy-efficient ones and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
With the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, all the reaction to a huge Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves.
We'll talk about it with Antonio Daniels, the former Spurs champion, will join us at 4:35.
All Spurs all the time.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is crazy, but here's my number. Call me maybe. Good morning. Vic's put me in a good mood this morning.
Yeah.
Brandon Clark passed away yesterday as well.
Not to bring the room down.
Yeah, not to bring the room down after this fun song brought us in. But 29 years old, Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark. And it was found dead from a possible drug overdose Monday in L.A. Or in, I guess,
in the valley.
The San Fernando Valley, whatever, yeah. Narcotics were at the scene, no evidence of foul play. And apparently he's been going through it, had maybe some charges coming up against him.
He got pulled over in Arkansas running from the police. He had enough in his car of the controlled substance to be booked in on trafficking as well as running and all the other kind of stuff. So,
oh, God. Really?
Dude,
yeah.
Vic,
Okay, how much? What are we talking?
Enough to be booked in. I don't know what the Arkansas law is for
they're probably
the amount, and we don't know the controlled substance, so you have to figure.
Oh.
An OD like that, probably some sort of opioid. Figure fentanyl based. You're talking about our text message last night.
Vic, this is my text thread with Rob.
So keep in mind, I'm in 3 text messages all going on at about 7:00 as the game is going off, and AJ texts me.
I say, "You at the game?" And there's no reply for a while
because I'm texting back and forth with my nephew and his father, my brother, back and forth at the same time.
And I say, I'm waiting on him to respond, and I sent another text. Damn, rumor is Brandon Clark OD'd, was one of my favorite non-star players. And then Rob's reply, not at the game. Hunter is evidently under indictment for drug trafficking, Arkansas. And the only Hunter he's ever talked to me about is his nephew.
Yeah, and that name fell in. And AJ, man, I appreciate your concern. I do.
I said,
oh, that's awful.
I said, Hunter, ? And he said, evidently, happened last month.
Like,
your nephew.
And I said, and then I started thinking, I was like, there's no way. Like, I mean, Rob talks about this kid all the time. He's a good kid.
And there's no way
There's no way.
There's no way. I mean, not even. There's no way.
And then I say, maybe he's talking about a different Hunter. I say, who is Hunter?
I think between him and the Brandon Hunter that does in fact play someplace. I think somewhere Hunter fell into my dialect, my nearly dementia brain, and that fell into it. And then after reading it, I was like, oh my God, I've indicted my poor nephew.
I said, Hunter's my nephew. He said, Hunter's my nephew. He said, I'm in 2 conversations at once. I said, oh no, your nephew's in trouble for drugs? Weed or something serious? And he said, no, ha, 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 ha. And I said, oh, and that's when I got that he had just not used any punctuation when he sent me he gave me a sentence about Brandon Clark.
I use voice to text on my phone.
Okay.
And sometimes it doesn't, and it doesn't really pick up.
Kids, punctuation matters.
So it just kind of goes.
Very important.
So I'm talking.
I thought for a second that Rob's well-to-do nephew has suddenly turned into Heisenberg.
I know, right?
No, I was trying to relay the fact that I had just read on one of the web services that he had been arrested and indicted going through Arkansas the week before, and I was trying to impart that to you to let you know.
Yes.
And then I was starting to put 2 and 2 together. You know, he didn't play at all this year. Obviously that free time, and God knows the kind of pain he was going through as far as whatever surgeries he was dealing with, and you wonder what went on from there. But tragic end to a kid that never could stay healthy. If he could have just stayed healthy, he was the absolute Gonzaga prototypical NBA player. Could do everything. Just could pass the ball, a willing player, could come off the bench, could start at a power forward or small forward, had a decent shot.
Could shoot.
Yeah, he did everything.
Good player, man.
Stay on the court. And you don't go to Gonzaga without being a pretty decent human being. Mark Few wouldn't have you. You're going into a Catholic university that has standards as far as their behavior, and that you just don't. You don't buck that. You go there because that's who you are.
But also sometimes you fall into the NBA lifestyle, man.
It's just tragic. It's just one of those things that you never expect to hear, especially from a kid that had, as far as I'd ever heard, no problem.
No,
like an exemplary dude.
That's why I couldn't believe it when I heard that was what it was. So pretty disheartening tale. So Brandon Clark, 29 years old. He was a former. I guess he played in Minnesota or Memphis his whole career. I know he got drafted by the Thunder, but then they traded him before he even played. But he'd been there forever. And dude, you talked about Arkansas and Memphis, and it is a part of the world, that Memphis, Arkansas, Mississippi triangle, where ain't much good going on there.
I've seen Ozark.
There ain't much good going on there.
I know what's going on in them woods.
It's
up in them hollers.
It's a tough part of the world, and it apparently got a hold of him. So it's a bummer, man. Guy had a torn Achilles in 2023. Hardly played the next year, but he just has not played much at all in the last 3 seasons. But he's a guy who was a standout at San Jose State, and then went to Gonzaga from there, and became a first-round pick. Obviously, dude is a baller, but just terrible news, man. So I hate to hear it for his family and for the Grizzlies, but it's just one of those cautionary tales, man. Very, very unfortunate.
Built on an Indian graveyard, man.
I think
that
so, man.
Franchise is cursed.
They need to get this thing out of Memphis.
Get them out of there for the sake of everybody involved.
Get them out of there.
They're gonna die in there.
That's right, man. Yeah, got to. It's enough already. I ended up staying up late watching the Golden Knights again.
They won.
They won. Victorious. Yeah. Oh, it was a beautiful thing. Except this game was 2-1 with like 5 minutes left. I text my buddy Roger. I'm like, all we got to do is hold on, baby. All we got to do. It was 1-1 starting the third period. The Knights got a goal, and it was like, okay, here we go. Just ride out these last 5 minutes. You know it's always going to be wild, in the playoffs especially. They're throwing everything at you. And, of course, with about 3 minutes left, the Ducks freaking scored. So it's 2-2. So anytime I'm trying to stay up for a hockey game, what happens? Overtime. The Knights play. Every game they play is overtime. It drives me crazy. The guy who scored their first goal and the game winner for Vegas, a kid named Pavel Dorofeev, he, in the second period, blocked a shot. Like, he's a skill player. He's their leading goal scorer. And there was a shot coming, and he just kind of stood straight.
Took one for the team.
And took one in what they were talking about, PK Subban and the crew were talking about, is one of the few spots on a hockey player's body where he's not padded
like
at all.
Like the open in the chainmail where the knife can go, that kind of stuff.
It's like the inside of your knee, because you can't really skate. You can't push with your skates if you've got a pad there.
Makes sense.
And he dropped like he was shot. And I was like, oh, no. He leaves the game. They drag him off the ice. And I'm like, oh. But God bless hockey players. He came back in the game. Not only did he come back, he scored the freaking game-winning goal in overtime. That's real hero work, Rob. That's hero work, I tell you.
That's normally the 12th guy on the baseball team that's told to lean into it.
That's right.
Just you're going to have to wear this one, son.
Yeah, but that's not what this guy's supposed to do. And this new coach, they talk about John Tortorella is the coach of the Knights now. They changed coaches in the middle of the season, and they've been playing really well since they did. But they say that he's like, yeah, he tells everybody you're blocking shots. And he's like, most coaches will say, like, hey, you're one of the guys. When I say everybody blocks shots, you're one of the guys who doesn't. He's one of those coaches who says, no, everybody blocks shots.
I think that's why they're playing in the playoffs. He's got a coach that demands the same of everybody. That's why Pop and Timmy were so successful, because Timmy was expected to do everything that everybody else was.
Well, you don't want. Let's just say you don't want Victor Wembanyama taking elbows to the face.
No. And quite frankly, not as much delivering them either. No, but I get why you do it.
Yeah.
That's why that guy's a star.
All right. When we return, we've got to have a big discussion about what is going on in Rob's ear hole. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
San Antonio, the Gunslingers are back at Freeman Coliseum Saturday, May 16th at 4 p.m. for our Star Wars game against the San Diego Strike Force. Lightsabers, touchdowns, and indoor football action. Tickets on sale at sagunslingers.com. May the 16th be with you.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What do you think of this song, Rob?
I think it's thuggish.
Oh, I'm surprised you can hear it.
What?
Dude.
What the heck?
Rob's been...
Poor Rob.
I will say this.
No, when you bring it on yourself, don't say poor Rob.
No,
I did this to myself.
There is a thing that is... It is a real pull. Because I see this on Instagram sometimes, too. And whenever I see it, I stop. There is a thing that I think the human brain is drawn to where you think, oh, I've got something going on with me that I can't see, and I've got to know about it.
Yeah.
And earwax is one of those things. And earwax removal has long been the Q-tip. That has been the tried and true method.
Even though they tell you
for
not
100
to use
years.
it.
Well, the technology had to catch up with the problem.
Yes.
Is the deal.
Yeah.
And now we assume technology is now catching up with the problem. And on Instagram, I see all the time these different tools.
I didn't know these existed. So
yeah.
I wear, if you're watching on YouTube, you know, and if you haven't, go there now. The Morning Huddle. I wear earbuds, the professionally kind. Well, not professional.
You look like Britney Spears.
Yeah, like I'm singing. Like I don't have cans.
In-ears, they call them.
They're in-ears, and because of that, there's just like wearing earbuds 4 hours a day, and I take them out at every break, and I put them back in over and over and over. And you combine that with the fact I've always been kind of a stickler with my ears because I wear longer hair and I have product and it gets in my ears, so I'm forever cleaning my ears. I think what happens is I'm cleaning the outside and I follow the rules. I don't stick a Q-tip in my ear. But every time I stick my earbuds in, at least in my right ear, I guess over the last year or so, I'm ramming more and more earwax further and further in every time. And it felt like over the last couple of months that my right ear was kind of clogged, and I could feel it moving around like I got wax in there. There's a problem, but I know not to stick my thing in there. Yeah. So
I still use Q-tips, by the way.
Me too.
I do.
I've leveled up. So I was thinking, I got to fix this. This is annoying me. So I was on Amazon, and I just typed in earwax removal kit. And I saw there's a whole bunch of these little tiny camera things that have a little tiny oscilloscope little thing. And on the end of the little camera have these little tiny shovels, little tiny brushes.
Like a pick?
Yeah, a little pick. All the little tools that you would need to mine earwax out of your ear. And I was like, brilliant. And for $19, what I got to lose?
No brainer.
So yesterday morning, I was actually sitting where I am right now and ordered it. Like you ordered it so early, it'll be there in 4 hours. So when I got home, it was sitting out there. Now, I'm not an idiot initially.
Okay.
I was like, my wife, Kelly's going to have to do this.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do this myself. But, you're sitting around the house and you're bored and
you're watching your tiny-ass TV.
Watching my little tiny TV. And I'm like, well, let's just get everything ready because I want to see this thing. So I pull it out and I attach the little thing to my phone and I get all the implements out and I lay it out like it's a surgery table. I've got everything prepared for when my wife gets home. And then I thought, well, what the hell am I waiting on? Let's just see how this thing works. So,
of course, yeah.
Of course, I get it and I stick it up my nose and I'm just kind of looking around at everything. And I go, well, let's go dig in the ear. So I go into the first ear, the good ear, just to see what a good ear looks like. And first of all, the inner ear canal is horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
So I stuck that little camera in and the good ear was like, yeah. There's like wax and yuck, and it's a forest of hair, and I'm like, oh God.
Do you use any tools to make sure you don't have ear hair?
I have a rotary ear. Yeah, there's no exterior. I'm talking about you go in there. You get in there and you see things you didn't think were in there. It's just like this cave of darkness and yuck. But that's the clean ear, and. Keep in mind, I have one of those Samsung fold-out phones, so my picture's pretty big.
It's bigger than your TV.
It is right now, and it's propped up against my on the table, and I'm sitting on the coffee table. And I'm sitting looking down at it, and I go to the ear that's clogged, and then I put the thing in, and I gasp. I went, oh! When I looked into it, there is a boulder of what appears to be dried honey.
Yeah,
on the inside of it. It's like dark brown, and this is the inside of my head I'm looking at, and it's horrifying.
You know those Mucinex commercials where it's like a booger and they're talking? Dude. They're like around,
I didn't know earwax.
That's what's in his ear.
Earwax shouldn't look like that.
Hey, Rob, you can't get me out.
Yeah. So then I'm like, well, I'm committed. I'm already half an inch here. And it's already got a little shovel on the end of the camera. So I figure, well, I'm already in here. Let's see if I can get some of this out. So I get in there and I'm digging around and it's the consistency of honey. It's like, oh, it's gross. Ugh. This is gross. And I'm fiddling around with this thing a quarter inch in my ear, watching it. And I get a pretty good honk off. Like, it actually works. I pull it out, and it's like, ugh, what am I going to do with it? So I'm going to save it.
You ate it, didn't you?
I put it. Yeah,
I'm going to chew on it.
I'm going to chew on this.
I'm going to chew on it for a little bit.
No, I used it to shine my shoes.
Did you make it into a candle?
That was the thought, honey. It's really from my own body.
Yes.
So I was going to.
It would stink.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's my earwax candle. You know what? I've got enough. So anyway, it gets good to me. I'm like, oh, this is going to be easy. I don't need any help.
Yeah.
So I get the Kleenex, clean it off, and I go back in for another round. And I'm digging around, and I get down in there, and this time my shovel is in the muck. So as I'm pushing, I've moved the whole boulder a little bit further in, but it kind of stops. So I'm like wiggling that thing around, and then something gives, and there's a cave in it. It just went blah.
It went deeper.
Like deep into my ear. So at this point, I panic.
Did it prolapse?
No, I want it to prolapse. So at this point,
I think it fell out.
I panic. So I go back out, and then I find one that's shaped kind of like a round dart. So it has a point, but you put it in. On the other side, it's got like a cup, so you can like pull it in, and it'll like drag it out. So, but to make that work,
look how he's got this Batman tool for his ear.
and I'm like, and I'm looking at
so
my
I
other,
shoot the bat claw.
So then I get the other little tool, and I
grappling hook,
and I seriously, and I stick it in my ear. And at this point, I have now pushed I can't tell the size because everything in that little thing is magnified by X. But whatever the size of that, it is now well into my skull, so I can barely hear. It is. If I laid last night when I had the TV in bed and I had the TV on if I had the wrong ear on the pillow, I couldn't hear the TV, and I'd turn it up to the point where I couldn't. My wife's like, "Are you okay?"
So what's your game plan?
Well, so I went back on Amazon.
Oh my God!
And here we
I've
go.
ordered this other radical leap in technology. It's a little like handheld water pump.
Oh, it looks like a Brita.
Yeah, it looks like a Brita.
Yeah.
And it's got,
I've seen this on Instagram too.
It's got some kind of little hose that comes out the side and like a suction cup, and you like suction it to the side of your head, and I think it like sandblasts the wax.
It's going to shoot all that water into your ear.
It's going to blast
and
water
then
into my skull.
supposedly like it
like this,
and it like washes it out, like
and
sucks and
everything in the tank is going to be like all filthy and brown, like used bong water.
It's electric though. It's the same concept as this, but it's a big old handheld thing. So if it works, it'd be what it cost me to go to the doctor.
It's going to spray water into his ear and then suck it all out into the tank.
So I'll report back. It's due tomorrow.
And how much did this one cost you?
Huh?
Dude, I have you know what? I'll tell you a story on the other side of this. There's nothing worse than getting something lodged deep in your ear. I'll tell you that next. More on Huddle 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
The 10-yard line, touchdown Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm's sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
No energy, no sex drive? Go to Synergenics. 1 in 4 men has low T. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. Book a free T test and see if you qualify for TRT customized to you. Women's hormone testing is $200 off. Book your appointment at feelgreatlookgreat.com.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now, I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best they can. And they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. But hurry, deadlines to file end this week. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few stalls. I-10 eastbound at Callahan. That stall right shoulder blocked. Disabled vehicle at 151 eastbound Hunt Lane and another at 410 eastbound at 37. Looks like they just picked up that road work. 35 northbound approaching Judson, so traffic is flowing freely. We are getting reports of an accident, Kirby area, east side, FM 78, northbound, southbound at Rittiman. Getting reports of a wreck and traffic lights flashing red in all directions. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs absolutely obliterated the Minnesota Timberwolves, 126-97. Wemby went for 27 and 17. They're up 3-2 now, heading back to Minnesota. You'll catch that game Friday night on Amazon Prime. As the playoffs continue tonight, we get the Cavs as they open the series with the Pistons at 2 apiece behind Donovan Mitchell's 43 points. Game 5's tonight. You can catch it live right here.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Heyo! Good morning, everybody. 7:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We'll talk to Dr. Jason Garrett later on in the show. We'll see if he agrees with Rob's methods.
I know.
Sticking.
I hope he doesn't.
Dr. Amazon.
My method didn't work. Now, I rely on technology to catch up with the problem, and maybe I just ordered the wrong technology. Maybe the sandblasting of the ear with the high-pressure water.
I'm curious to see
I'm
how
sure
this
it's going to work out real well.
Yeah.
I don't think I could rupture anything.
When I was in the Army, we were in a terrible, terrible place called Fort Polk, Louisiana. There's an infantry training unit down there they call it JRTC. It's Joint Readiness Training Course. And
you're training in the swamps?
Yeah, and it's miserable, miserable, miserable. And we had to we had to spend time literally submerged in water. Like we had to do these ghillie suits where you can barely see you, and all that's out of the water is
all from the commercials.
Your head,
your
head and your rifle is all that's sticking out of the water. And we do that for 7 hours straight. And then you get out and we're pulling leeches off of each other. It's terrible. Well,
what?
We're marching through the woods in Louisiana.
That's why I joined the Navy.
We're moving through the woods in Louisiana, in the swamps of Louisiana.
Okay.
And I feel something. What the hell is that? And I'm like you. I'm like, I have instant ear pain. Something's terribly wrong. And I find our field medic, and I'm like, hey, man, I don't know what happened here, but and as I'm talking to him, I fall down. There's something going on.
Equilibrium's out.
It's moving.
I think you got an alien.
He got in there, and it was a moth.
A moth flew in your ear?
Flew into my ear and burrowed. And I'm talking about
my question is, how did you not notice? Obviously, you didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, well, first of all,
did it grow there or did it crawl?
No, it flew in there. It flew
neck
like
up
it
in
was like
swamp water.
it's like I got hit with something.
So you think it was like flying so fast it was 1,000,000 to 1 shot that it got in, and then you're like, oh, that was nothing.
Yes.
And then it fell asleep. And
when it didn't fall asleep because it was
eating.
instant.
Oh, so it got there and you knew immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
It shot into me, and I was like, what the? And I go to the doc, and as soon as he I'm talking to him, I fall down, and he's like, I don't know, we got to look. And so he gets in there, he starts to, and when he's in there, I can feel this thing flapping its wings.
Oh,
and every time it flaps
a lot of
its
empty
wings,
space in there.
I'm like, my legs are kicking, and it's like, dude, this is bad. And they pull this thing out, and it's like an inch long. There's no way this should have fit in my ear hole, but it was like,
was it making a noise?
I think it left an egg.
Oh, it was one of the most. It was devastating.
I've seen this movie.
It was crippling. When it would flap its wings, I was just like, oh!
You sound like
It was like getting tased.
the ant alien from Men in Black.
Yes. I was like, I think I've gotten some swamp disease, like one of the,
No. I thought it was a leech.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Now, isn't there something that can crawl in your peenie hole? Isn't there? Have you heard about something that can,
there
like
is.
in the swamps of some jungle, there's something that likes to get in there,
hold
and
on.
it's got like spikes. If you try to pull it out, it's like barbs, but it happens in like Asia, right?
Yeah.
I think I was watching the precursor.
That's
to,
why I never go to Asia. I never get in the water in Asia.
Streams and mountain streams in Asia. I think I was watching the precursor to what is now Survivor. Used to be like this race across the jungles where they'd have to rappel and row and climb.
Like the Amazing Race?
Like that. Well, it was like through the jungles. Though. It wasn't like from country to country.
Fish. It's this fish right here.
And in one of the episodes, these guys were going through one of the waters, and it got him.
Oh, God.
And it crawled in there.
This is it.
And got into the urethra.
Yeah, it's a small catfish.
And it gets in there and wants to make a home.
Yeah.
And if you try to pull it, it has barbs going the other direction, and it digs in.
Yeah.
I have DNR instructions for that.
That's why it's good that Hank Hill has such a narrow urethra.
You know I have a DNR for that. If that's to occur to me, just shoot me.
Yeah,
just take me out. I don't want to live anymore.
No, I'd be like, put me to sleep.
I've been to hell. I've been to hell and back.
I'd just let him live there.
There is really a penis fish that swims up the urethra.
Yeah.
Headline.
Hey, but you know what? When I had a kidney stone, they went up that way, and it's no picnic.
They went through the front door?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Remember, I have one kidney, so they had no choice. It was either that or operate. And
okay, well, I guess we're operating, Doc.
Yeah. That's
well, I mean, we've all had.
happened.
Well, if for those who've had a catheter, that's where the.
But I mean,
they went all the way, and I had to have a stent.
What kind of anesthetics were you under?
They put me under.
You were asleep. Okay.
But when I woke
me out,
when I woke up, it felt like I had the breathe.
Well, have you ever had a catheter? You ever had to go through the catheter problem?
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
I've not.
You haven't?
I have.
When they pull that thing out,
yes, it's awful. It feels like you have to pee, but you don't.
It's amazing how long that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it goes a long way in there.
Yes, it does.
I was shocked by.
I had it done twice.
How much tube there was.
I'll give you another horrifying Army story.
Another reason why to join the Navy.
Yeah, I never had. There's not a single swamp on an Air Force base. I checked. There's not one.
Yeah, on a naval base either.
We never had to deal with that.
Well, this time I was in a different kind of swamp. Out at the bars in Nashville one night, and
did you have to get swabbed?
No.
You see, kids back in the early days.
I went.
No.
I brought a gal back to the barracks, and
Isn't she known as a Sally?
I looked for protection.
Oh, what did you do?
And I couldn't find it. So
you just said screw it.
I said, well, what am I going to do? So I just did it. And
no
fire coming out.
Like I woke up.
Fire coming out.
No, I didn't have the fire, but I woke up the next day and like I realized, like, dude, I don't know this gal.
Oh, you panicked.
Yeah.
You went for a
and
preliminary strike.
I went into my bathroom. I went into the bathroom and immediately started pouring Listerine on my crank, and like I thought that this would, I didn't know. I'm like I just met I just met this gal at the club. I've got no idea where she's been, what she's doing, and like
Listerine. You thought?
Well, I mean, it seemed like a good.
Did it
you know what I
burn?
mean.
What about,
a little.
I bet it
What
burned.
about like alcohol, like
Rubbing alcohol. I didn't.
Well, either that or liquor.
I didn't have any of that readily available.
Right, I don't want to waste it.
Like, I mean, I had whiskey available and beer, but it felt like Listerine feels like a.
I would have gone with the Listerine.
It's like it feels like a medical product. You know what I mean? Like
and it
something
was a yellow
No,
Listerine.
it
like
was the blue, the
blue one?
the mint
You didn't
Listerine.
recycle that. You didn't. You didn't use it again.
The mint.
Why is it minty fresh?
But
so
then,
good in here.
so I go and I'm telling, I'm telling.
So what did the doc do to clean? He went preemptively.
I go and tell the guys in my unit like what happened, and they're like, "Dude, that's not gonna work."
No.
Now, mind you, I joined the Army when I was 17.
I didn't expect you to be a seasoned old man.
I'm a kid,
but even
I'll give
then,
you that.
that's like trying to drown when you get if anybody has ever gotten the little crickets down low.
Oh no!
Just getting in a pool and thinking you can drown them.
It doesn't work that way.
And Listerine ain't gonna take care of that either.
So my platoon sergeant catches wind of this, and he's like, "Dude, you need to go to the medic. Like this is what you're doing.
You
is
won't
not-"
be the first."
And the Q-tip that they.
So what was this for? They thought in case it's gonorrhea, we're going to go ahead or is that that was the sand. They're going to test you, right?
It was preemptive. It was like and they're like, this is going to clear out if there is something. It's going to clear, and it was like, it's the next day. So they're like,
it's like Plan B for dudes.
Yeah, it's basically they're like, it's good you came, you didn't wait, and I'm thinking, okay, well, it's going to be like a quick. All right, I actually kind of thought
I'm going to need a lot of beer.
Here's what I thought they were going to do. I thought after I'd been, dunking my crank in Listerine, I thought they had some other kind of potion. They were like, hey, just swish it around in this.
This is an internal problem.
And this dude breaks out this Q-tip out of this pack, and it doesn't end.
Right.
And it was like it's like Kill Bill,
so
like pulling out a sword, a Hanzo sword. He's like,
so did you? Did they put a curtain so you didn't see, or did they?
No,
oh,
Rob,
man.
This is the art. I got
the Army.
Dude, I got my wisdom teeth removed while I could still feel it, and I was still like,
Yeah,
they didn't care about a curtain. They were just like, yeah, man. He just goes.
He'd done it before.
No
what?
No lube?
There is like
you gotta kiss me first.
There's like some sort of gel on it, and then my eyes are like and
well, you have to remain relatively still. You've got a stick shoved up your.
Did you tell your wife this story?
No, I've never told my wife this story. God no. And
I would have had the kids.
And
So
then he does
like swab it back and forth?
No, he holds it in there.
Yeah.
And then on the way out, he does like a twist motion.
Yeah.
That proves he cares.
And
how long does the whole thing last?
15 seconds.
All right, kids. See, kids.
It felt like an hour.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's like
I have so many questions. I have so many questions.
Again, this
So
is
just
why
like, did he reach down? Did he look you in the eye as he was doing? I mean, what?
I mean,
Did he have to get on one knee?
He was wearing gloves.
Were you sitting or were you standing?
I was standing.
Yeah,
Did your knees buckle?
He was like lean up against the table and he was
So
like,
you're leaning.
yeah, and he's like,
Where is he?
No, I'm talking about like lean my back up.
Oh, so you lean up against
and he's
the
like,
table.
he's like, you might want to
hold on to some.
Bite
grab
down
on
the
this
side.
wallet.
Yeah, that's what he was.
I got a stick for you to bite onto.
He
Oh God.
You're gonna feel this. Now, in a typical doctor speak, you're gonna feel a little pinch.
I like to think.
Yeah.
KC says it would have worked if it was the brown Listerine. I mean, I don't know. First of all, dipping a recently sexed penis in
anything
in Listerine
is not a good idea.
It doesn't feel great either.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's
Like
stupid. It
yeah.
should burn. They put burning stuff in there so it burns.
Yeah,
So you don't
that
wanna do
didn't
that.
feel good to begin with,
Dude.
but this I trust you. I made sure I had like a stockpile of rubbers after that. Like
that's a valuable lesson to learn.
I was very
And
paranoid.
it worked, though. Thank goodness you didn't
I didn't
come
get,
down with the drip of gonorrhea.
But that's the thing. It's like I may have never anyway.
No,
Like
you probably
she could have been perfectly clean for all I know. And
I think you probably erred on the side of.
I built it up in my head that it was going to be worst case scenario.
Well, worst case, would that have saved you from HIV?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. No, I think it would have just. It's
Penicillin
like,
goes so far.
Yeah, I think,
that's all, or amoxicillin.
Dude,
well,
I'd have to go on. I'd have to go celibate for a minute.
Well,
let the thing rest.
I mean, I did.
I put you through a lot the last couple of days. I'm going to let you be for a few.
It was a little while.
Let you be for a moment.
And it took you a while to rub one out.
Just,
and of course, I never
let you be. I'm going to let you. I'm going to leave you alone for a minute. I know what I put you through. I'm sorry.
This is the worst part.
So you go rehab. I'll see you in about a week.
That gal seemed like a nice gal. Like when I was talking to her the next day.
They always do.
But like in my head, I had already convinced myself that she was the dirtiest harlot.
Well, the Sally, or what do y'all say in your Jodies? Don't you guys have some?
Jody's the dude who comes and bangs your wife when you're out.
I thought a Jody was the call that y'all march to, or whatever that is. Don't you have like something where you talk about the off-base girls?
No,
at some point?
when they talk, well, I don't know what they call those girls, but Jody is the guy who comes and bangs your wife while you're out doing ops.
Oh, in the Navy we call them Westpac widows.
But in my head, I had just made it that she was.
Did you call and tell her you did?
No, I never talked to her again.
Oh, well.
I never called her back because I was like, oh, she's gross, and like I don't know that she was gross because and it's not like
I wonder what she woke up and did.
I wasn't diseased, but in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's when they let you know, they call you and let you know, like, hey.
So they did, in fact, test.
Yeah. They test you and they're like, no, you're all clear. And there's no greater regret than having a 6-inch Q-tip in your penis and then going, oh, yeah, that was totally unnecessary. We didn't need to do that. Everything's fine.
Some lessons are learned the hard way.
That's the Army in a nutshell.
Oh. Luckily, they didn't put a cast on it.
I know.
Air Force, they'd have put a cast. You got to Wilford Hall with that. They'd have thrown a cast. Like, come back in 6 weeks. We'll see how you're doing.
And now, kids.
Don't touch it.
Now, kids,
Yeah.
Always have condoms on hand.
Always wrap it, buddy.
Or you can
not even the dark one.
Now they have a new machine you can get on Amazon where you just hook this water tank to your penis and
That's not Amazon. That's a different site.
You could use the same thing Rob's using on his ear except on your crank.
No, that thing's an entirely different. That's an entirely different instrument.
Porcino.
I highly recommend it. I've endorsed one.
Yeah. Although I do know a guy whose buddy played a prank on him and put one of those dick fish in the tank, so shot it into him. Ha! Gotcha! You got the dick fish now.
Don't pull it. That little fin, the back fins wiggling around. This ain't right, Doc.
Got one on the line. I got one on the line, boys.
No.
You brought your own worm, did you?
Not doing that.
Reel it in. Reel it on in.
That's a big tadpole.
Flapping around.
Oh.
Hey, there's a fish in there. It just keeps flipping around.
It's because of this story I will never go fishing or go swimming in a
river. Wear like metal chainmail chones.
Or if I have to dive in the ocean to save my fishing rod, well, it's gone.
I'm not
going in there.
Boy, do you get a load of the anal attack barracuda.
What do you do? What happens if if your wife or your dad falls in the ocean? You gonna save him?
Yeah, we have life insurance.
You just go,
the anal barracuda got him.
Good run. It's good
swim this way.
No, don't swim that way.
And he's like, I can't.
Don't swim that way.
There's too many penis fish. They're dragging me down.
You ever had a bunch of penis fish on toast?
I know.
And I know Vic's telling his wife, you can't go in the water because if it goes in you and then I go, then it transfers.
Then it transfers and then I'm screwed. And then now what are we going to do?
Got a whole school of fish going on.
Yes.
It'll ruin my one kidney.
Ramon says that's the old school DTD test or STD test. I guess he means these day kids just get to pee in a cup. Oh God, why couldn't it be that?
Oh, it probably was that, but they were going to teach you a lesson.
I was going to say that was that, Ramon.
Yeah.
That No, that's been around for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I mean,
this was just a lesson learned for the Army grunt. Like, all right, idiot, come here.
And it was like, for the next 3 months, every time like I'm taking a piss, somebody would be like, "Smells minty fresh over there, Hoffman. Smells minty fresh over there, Hoffman."
Yeah. Somebody in your barracks, you know what I'd do? I'd pour Listerine all over it. That's what I'd do.
No, I came up with that
was
idea
your own
all
idea?
by myself.
Yeah, well.
All by myself.
Nice.
You could actually say it worked.
I mean,
you don't know the difference. It might have actually
you know what,
worked.
It could have. Although the medic, when I told him that, he didn't say anything. He just looked at me.
He thought, this guy's brilliant.
You
Rarely do I come across a guy
What was your
this smart
ASVAB
in
score?
this place.
What was your ASVAB score?
This was a medic for an infantry unit. He came across some really dumb people. Like
those guys train here. I've
the
met a lot
infantry
of the
guy,
medics.
infantry guy. Oh, the
medics
you mean.
all train here. Yeah.
Yeah, I
the stories.
I actually did. I did very well on my ASVAB test, and like I could have done pretty much whatever I wanted. But
all right,
the Army was saying like,
this is what this is the billet they had available.
This is the smartest the Army had to offer.
This is what
he's the high scorer.
Infantry is what I wanted to do. I wanted because I wanted to go to Ranger School and all this stuff. So I like that's the path. Infantry. And if you go to infantry school, they guaranteed me airborne school, Ranger school, all this stuff. So I was already set on my path. And they also were giving infantry guys who had a certain qualification score like a $30,000 bonus at the time. And, you know, in 1998, $30,000 to a 17-year-old kid might as
like
well be
$100,000
a million.
Now. Yeah.
And
you find out how they pay it. You don't get it all at once.
No, and then you
I was so let down.
And then when, you know, you realize, okay, I got this $30,000 nest egg handed to me. What'd you do with it? Oh, well, it went to two people, a coke dealer and a stripper.
Nice.
It's called the economics of a military base.
That's right.
The
and Chinese buffets. It went to a lot of Chinese buffets. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll be right back. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres is my doctor. He has been for about 10 years now. And that's not how it started. Honestly, when I first met Dr. Torres, I was as unhealthy as I'd ever been. And I didn't meet with him to talk about that. I met with him to talk about my weight. And he put together a program for me that was going to not only make me feel better, but look better all at the same time. And he told me it would work if I just bought into it. If I just tried a little bit and I'd understand how things worked, it would make it a whole lot easier. And I gave him a week, and before I knew it, I saw something that was actually working for me. And 10 years later, I'm still there. I'm down 75 pounds, and he's putting me on a program that I'm going to live with the rest of my life. And it's the best thing I've ever done. And it doesn't have anything to do with any extra pills or shots or anything like that. It rearranged my, how my relationship with food works. I still enjoy food. I still eat what I like, just not the same way or nearly as much. And 75 pounds tells the truth. Call him today if it's time for you to lose weight. You're ready for that beach body? Get started now. Before you know it, you're going to see results. The number's 210-468-1891. His website's iffhealth.com. It is a valuable resource. Listen, if it's time for you to lose weight, there's no better resource than Dr. Torres and the IFF. Call him today. I know you're going to come by and thank me later.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's NOVOBrew.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
As a parent, you said you'd never give up the convertible.
Look, the van even has its own vacuum.
You said you'd never stop listening to your music.
Do your happy dance, do your happy dance, yeah.
You said you'd never schedule your life around a stuffed animal.
Nobody panic. Bun Bun is still at daycare.
You said you'd never give in to demands.
2 kids' meals and a chocolate shake.
And never put them in harm's way.
I'll be right back, little man. Just gonna pop in the store for diapers.
But never happens. And no amount of time is okay to leave your child in a car by themselves.
Long line today.
Temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you every time you park the car. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Man, I saw some videos of you guys going wild last night after the Spurs game.
All right, military drive.
Yep.
Pace yourselves, bros. We got at least one more, probably two, hopefully two.
Yeah.
Here's my question. We live in a state where fireworks places are open like
just during
a week before New Year's and a week before the 4th of July.
Yeah. And they're illegal in city limits.
Yeah. How are you getting your hands on all these? Like
the dark web.
Them.
The dark web. They save them? Is that what it is, Vic?
Well, you remember how you used to buy beer back in the day? Once 2:00 hits, you go to the bar, and then it's like 3 in the morning.
You go to the back of the bar.
You go to the back of the bar and pay them $20 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, it's the after hours club.
Yeah.
So there's a couple places down there in Flatonia and.
Yeah, there's a few places like
out
that.
there in Lacoste. And,
you walk up, all you got to do.
Down the field, you got a couple,
Yeah. Yo tengo 200, dame some cohetes, a ver. How much you got?
How much you got? How much you want?
They're like, what do you want? The screaming demon? Do you want, I don't know, man. But
I mean, this feels like a full fireworks show
it
going
is strange.
on.
It is. Again, pace yourselves, bros. Just pace yourselves. That's all I'm saying. We're building to at some point, if in fact we get where we want to go, what are you going to do then?
Save it for the first win over OKC.
Yeah, let's,
save
no, I'm all about the celebrating. I'm just saying, pace yourselves. It's getting outlandish out there for a Game 5 win in the second round.
Yeah.
You're like,
hey,
we got more to do.
I still have some leftover artillery ones, with the little balls that shoot up, and I have about 1,000 roll of firecrackers left that I didn't get to.
See, I went to Honk last night.
What do you do with it? Where do you keep them?
I keep them in the garage in a plastic tote.
Underneath the
yeah.
How? I mean, they got to have a shelf life.
No, yeah, dude. I have fireworks from like 30 years ago, like the old school Black Cats, the old school Thunder Bombs. My dad and I collected them. Yeah, so
collected fireworks.
Yeah,
it's like just having. That's like collecting bombs.
Yeah, like those bottle rockets that look like firecrackers on a stick.
Those good ones.
Those are they outlawed those a while back, but those are our bottle rocket fights.
That's what's going off down on military.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the wrong military. I went to Northwest, and it wasn't nearly as fun.
Fireworks are expensive too. That's you talk about like something that.
This past New Year's, I spent $300.
Well, Trump's in China. Maybe he can get him talked down. Maybe we can remove the tariff.
Believe me, the fireworks show this year, it's going to be the best, the biggest, the greatest fireworks show.
Like, that's what dictators do, right? Is they let us have they let us have fights and
they're like,
and
go
fireworks and stuff like that. So I expect
kill yourself.
That'll help us out as far as the affordability curve. Fireworks are cheap.
Well, they're cheap if you live
in
a.
I'm saying he's going to try to. He's in China right now. He's got the guys from Apple and IBM, Lockheed Martin, Mr. M, Alamo Fireworks. They're all there.
Yeah,
they're all there. Mr. M's there negotiating a new fireworks deal right
Mr.
now.
M.
Yeah. Now, mind you, the fireworks.
Mr. President, Mr. M is here to see you.
Mr. M, the fireworks magnate from San Antonio, Texas.
It's me. I'm Agent M.
Remove tariff.
Yeah. Now, mind you, fireworks are legal in Texas. It's just illegal to set them off within city limits. So
you can have them all the time. You just can't set them off in the city limits.
And
you can't sell them.
And you can't buy them all the time.
No, you can't buy them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it's legal to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's illegal to have them in city limits. So if you were to buy them outside city limits and drive into San Antonio with them, and you get pulled over, they will confiscate your fireworks and give you a ticket.
No joke.
Yeah. That's happened to my neighbor before.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. He spent like $800 on fireworks and got them all taken away.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Because that's like if let's say
what happened. Yeah.
Let's say I
2 years ago.
Let's say I'm driving through a dry county,
Yeah,
but
I'm
I'm carrying a case of booze in the back of my car. They pull me over in the dry county. They can't take my booze. Because not every city is illegal to have fireworks in. Like that's a San Antonio thing.
Yeah, it's just San Antonio. So outside, within city limits, but it's what's the county north of San Antonio?
Blanco County.
Blanco, and then the one by Houseman and all of that area, like 16.
That's Live Oak.
Yeah, all of there, like you can pop out there. And not only that, over here on the south side,
it is illegal to possess, use, or transport fireworks within the San Antonio city limits. Possession inside the city limits is Class C misdemeanor with fines up to $2,000.
See?
While they're legal in unincorporated Bexar County, they are banned entirely within 600 feet of churches, schools, and hospitals, and the entire city limit.
That is crazy.
Yep. So you got to be careful, man.
Oh, it's Mr. W, not Mr. M.
Mr. M's with the convenience store.
Oh,
sorry. Another one from San Antonio back in my day. Same outfit.
Yeah.
Different letter. But yeah, they're armed to the teeth on Southwest Military.
My guess is that the cops ain't really worried about it either.
I think they're doing a pretty good job. I think I've seen some rouse. I've seen some where some kids need to be slapped around a little bit.
Yeah,
in their minds, but
they need some discipline.
I think that they've, considering, and also for the 99% of them are just out there to have a good time, not to get in trouble.
Well, yeah.
So I think that the cops understand that. In San Antonio, for the most part, we're pretty good in crowds. We're pretty good. I mean, we haven't had a tradition of ripping things apart. We have a tradition of just having a really good time.
I mean, also, this is Texas. Like, you're lucky people aren't shooting guns into the air.
Well, they are. I'm pretty sure there are some. I have a feeling that there are a few 38s being let go. I'm pretty comfortable that's going on.
I guarantee it.
So,
yeah.
I can't believe they can take your fireworks in San Antonio. That's crazy
That
work.
happened 2 years ago.
And you know?
Yeah, because we were all waiting for him to get back, and he came back empty-handed with a ticket.
There's the letter and then the intent.
I got to get on this city council here. I got to make some changes.
I know. I'm still waiting for the change of having it legal to pop fireworks within city limits.
Now
that's always going to be a fire issue.
Yeah,
And-
but have you seen New Year's Eve from the
Well, I can tell you
overhead
this.
view?
It's a benefit to you, even though you don't think about it, because that does apply to the insurance companies and the algorithms they use to come up with a cost to insure you. Even though we know everybody's using them, at least you can say there's no fireworks allowed, so you get a little bit of a break on your insurance.
That's right. That's a good idea.
But,
See?
So, but I think there's a wink and a nod. I mean, anybody who's seen any video of San Antonio post on July 4th sunset or New Year's Eve knows that the cops are setting them off too, man.
I know. We don't care.
We look like Baghdad. I mean, we look like what it went down. No city in the country does what looks like what we do. I mean, I was in Denver last year for New Year's, and they don't hold or for July 4th, it doesn't hold a candle to what we do. Not
I'm
even
telling
a
you,
candle.
like the best thing is, so here Nacho says, what if you have like 10 acres and I want to shoot the
As long
fireworks
as
off
it's
on
in the
my own
county.
property? Here's the thing. If you own 10 acres in the city of San Antonio,
Good luck.
Like, you're too wealthy to worry about the laws. They don't apply to you.
It's on one part of town, but
but like in the city limits, you own 10
well,
acres.
You got to also remember that these kind of rules are really more of a probable cause thing to bust you for something else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it just gives the cops another reason to kind of go open your car door if they see you that. And they're not chasing fireworks; they're chasing the gun and the weed you might have with you.
But the sweet spot is like where I live now. Where I lived in Houston, my address is San Antonio. My address was Houston, Texas, but I wasn't in the city limits.
Right.
So I get a lot of the benefits of living.
Do you have
in San Antonio?
Do you have city police that patrol, or do you have it's county?
It counts in a constable.
Yeah.
There's like but
who does your trash? Do you pay for it monthly?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like me, or you're out in the county.
So there's some, and there's some drawbacks. Like I can't use the dump.
Right.
You know, I can't show them but also I think if I show them my ID and it says San Antonio, they ain't gonna send me away.
No, I don't think so.
Where are they gonna go? Oh, that address, that's outside city limits.
You know, the dump is a profitable part of the city. People pay a lot of money. That's why you see all that crap dumped on the side of the road because it's kind of expensive. So I think they'd be happy to have you. You know, like, we'd rather you dump it here than on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So welcome in.
So, but that's the move is like because that means I can pop fireworks at my house.
You can. You absolutely can.
Now I think that my neighborhood has certain rules that it's probably frowned upon.
Your
but
HOA, they'll
they'll
fine you. Next thing you know.
Yeah. Havoc says Florida and Alabama have year-round
Dude,
fireworks
when
sales.
I first moved to Florida and I walked in and they had a whole fireworks section at the Publix, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this state is truly unhinged.
And they have liquor. Do they have liquor in the grocery store?
Yeah.
I freaked out on that in Virginia.
That's one of those things that everywhere but here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're the only places. I mean, fireworks are regulated in a lot of places, but liquor in Texas is weird. Nobody has been so hard on liquor than Texans as far as when.
I remember out of towners are like, you got to wait till 12 on
like,
Sunday.
What?
Crazy!
What
You can't even buy
year
like
is this?
cooking wine.
Yeah. They were surprised that it was closed on Sunday.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean? Like,
you
well,
can't
can
buy
get
liquor
beer.
24/7 or beer 24. What?
Yeah.
What year is
Meanwhile, Louisiana has 24-hour drive-through daiquiri stands
this? And shotgun. You can buy shotgun shells and a daiquiri at a drive-thru.
Daiquiri stands. Like they'll hand you, and they'll just put like a little piece of tape over the top of your straw and say,
Dude, I hate to break it to you. That's legal in
sealed
Texas.
product.
You can do that here too.
No, here you have to have like the they put a seal over the top of the drink.
Yeah.
There they put the straw in it and put a little tape on the top of the straw and send you with it.
I wonder if they've tried that loophole here. But yeah. Oh, it's sealed.
Oh, they probably have.
Look, they didn't even tear the tip of the straw. It's sealed.
Oh man.
You won't drink it.
All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Did you wake up this morning fully ready to attack the day? Nothing physically limited, nothing painful. If that's you, good for you. Congratulations. Carry on. But when it happens, and it will, I want to recommend to you a Rosti. Rosti providers around San Antonio and keep growing for a reason. What they do works. And their sole intent, their mission statement is to get people out of pain as fast as possible. And how they do it works. And when you arrive, you always get a full evaluation. They find out why you're hurting and what's causing the pain. It's a hands-on experience. Trust me. Once they figure out the problem, they fix the problem. And it works. On average, of the hundreds of thousands of patients across this great country, 4 out of 5 are getting done in 4 visits or less. What are you waiting on? Call them right now. The number is 1-800-404-6050. The reason I say that is you don't even need a referral. They'll get you in as soon as possible, most often today. You can go on Rosti.com and find a map of all the local providers. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. Go see them. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti today. They're going to take care of you fast, and when they do, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are getting reports of an 18-wheeler accident far southwest side Von Ormy area, 35 northbound Benton City Road. Accident in the right lane. It's got you stop and go from Shepherd Road. I-10 eastbound Callahan, that's a stall. It's off to the shoulder. Got another disabled vehicle at 151 eastbound at Hunt Lane and 410 eastbound at 37. All those stalls are off to the shoulder, but pretty much most all our major freeway systems are filling in, starting to slow down for your morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it. Or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Portamoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in chili. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, all the reaction to a huge Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves.
We'll talk about it with Antonio Daniels, the former Spurs champion, will join us at 4:35.
All Spurs all the time.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NFL, the schedule release continues to leak out as the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take on the Denver Broncos in the first Monday night game of the season. And in Week 9, the Bengals will take on the Falcons in Madrid. Finally, sad news for former Texas A&M running back Le'Veon Moss, who was signed with the Miami Dolphins as a free agent, has announced that he is retiring from the NFL. His short career has been plagued with injuries.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what you got to say. Y'all ready for this? Where's Avery?
My wife is in the hospital right now. And Sean Elliott was at the hospital day before yesterday.
For a PR tour?
Yeah,
or for
handing out
specialty
cookies.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, good. What a guy.
He and Vic share the same trait.
Yeah.
One kidney.
One kidney.
Oh,
Two
I thought
kidneys.
you meant you like to hand out cookies.
No.
Like you got
I don't think he's diabetic, though, so he's got the advantage.
6'9" with the afro.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sean doesn't have an afro anymore.
No,
He's,
but Vic would require one to be 6'9".
Yes.
Yeah.
He and I have the same haircut these days.
Sean's always been bald. always.
This is I don't know if this is something that I know Vic falls into this category. I don't know that this is about you, Rob.
Oh my God! I just read something anyway.
Something horrific?
Yes, hacky sack mounts comeback with Gen Z.
Oh yes, that is happening.
Oh, really?
I read that too. Yeah.
Oh my God.
A new survey of 5,000 adults found that nearly half of Americans feel like their lives simply aren't fun enough anymore.
I agree with that.
They blame work, stress, money, and nonstop responsibilities. In fact, 12% can't even remember the last time they had an entire free day just to relax and enjoy themselves.
That's me.
Well, see, okay. Now, there was, like, the generation that raised me did not vacation. The baby boomers, they didn't. They worked. You put your head down, you go to work, you come home, you rest, you go back to work.
Yeah.
There was sacrifice and safety and solidarity and effort. And then my generation watched our parents work themselves to death, and we still go to work. We take our vacation, and we just don't bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know, we just don't bring it up. It's the younger generation like, my life isn't good. Yeah, it's not good. Fix it. Stop bitching. Take the vacation. Make yourself happy. We did.
According to the survey, people say they need about 17 extra free hours a week to kind of have the kind of fun that they want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Most spend their downtime watching TV, seeing friends and family dining out, enjoying hobbies, or playing games. They also said having fun helps lower stress, boost motivation, and strengthens relationships. But many feel fun is actually harder to find than it was 10 years ago. A lot of people blame rising costs.
No.
Shrinking social circles.
Yes. It's us, those before devices, had to figure out how to entertain ourselves. And that extrapolated into how to we know how to go have fun. We know we don't have to be told. We don't have to follow a trend. We don't have to have a influencer tell us to go how to have fun. We never needed that. We just went and did it, and we didn't bitch about it. We just went and had our vacations. It's this generation, I don't know how to have fun. Well, don't go do it. Stop bitching.
They say the biggest barriers to fun are money, busy schedules, work stress, and simply not knowing what to do anymore.
They don't. They have to be told by an influencer. This place is hot. This thing is cool. Shut up and go do it.
Who do you think put this survey out there? Who do you think commissioned the survey?
If it was me looking for that kind of answer, of course it would be some sort of vacation-centric consumer company, whether it be hotels or...
It's Dave & Buster's.
See,
why aren't you guys showing up?
You know, it's funny that Dave & Buster's hasn't been... It's because they just completely remodeled the Dave & Buster's here.
Where is the Dave & Buster's here?
It's at I-10 and 410 over there.
Oh, okay, I know where it is. Okay, yeah.
And, it had been here for a long time, and when it first opened, you couldn't find a parking place 30 years ago. It was always full. And then it just, video games, because you can get just as good at home, that just isn't a thing anymore.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you go play skee ball. But at Dave & Buster's, you can win tickets.
Yeah, and
then you can get
animals
tchotchkes
and all that. And actually, it's a pretty good place to go watch an athletic event. They got big TVs.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
man.
So I think that the primary problem with them is it's so easy people forget about it. But again, unless they're told, the generation that would go do that, you have to tell them. They were not going to figure it out for themselves.
I used to do commercials for Dave & Buster's.
Mm-hmm.
And they were they gave me like a special Dave & Buster's card. It was unlimited gameplay, and so my kids would take that
I did the same thing.
So many tickets.
Same thing here from
like
a couple
they're
years
carrying
ago.
around a mountain of tickets, and it's like, how do those kids get that?
Just they can play as many as they want.
And then the other kids are like, Mom, look how many tickets you got. I need some more money. I need some more money, Mom.
Those things were, man, to finally get the 6-foot-tall stuffed Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
If you were actually buying those tickets, that thing cost $10,000.
I was very wealthy in Dave and Buster's points.
cash. Well, ours just got redone. But the fact is, I don't think it's going to help unless they market themselves some way else or somebody tells the generation that will go do that, go there because it's cool. Here's how you go have fun.
Yeah. Like main event, there's one of those up by my house. And, I mean, those places, again, used to be packed. It's just not.
Well, and they're also, those have gotten a little expensive. I mean,
and that's why I say costs and all these things. And, like, yeah, I mean, I guess people have less disposable income than they used to. Like,
you know, my kids, especially my oldest, is an adventurer. I know a lot of people in their late 20s, early 30s that travel that they do.
Yeah.
They do travel like crazy, and they buy the experience. They live rather, plainly. They don't do a lot, but they save up for 2-3 vacations a year and just go hike and do. I know. Now, that's one thing I am impressed about this younger generation is those that do have adapted to the lifestyle. This is what we're going to do forever. We're just, every penny we have extra, we're going to spend it on travel. We're going to buy experiences other than things, and I do appreciate that.
I went to I told you guys, I went to a movie last week.
And that's down, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody going to movies either.
But here's why. I went to a matinee, and a matinee for 3 adults was $42. Oh my God. So $14 a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
it is what it is.
I've accepted that.
I'm not that belligerent about a movie price.
I was belligerent about
popcorn.
So it's me and my 2 boys. We got the family pack, which is a popcorn, 2 drinks, and 2 bags of candy. What do you think that costs?
$54.
Oh, that's easy. That's
$50.
Yeah, that's
$48,
easy.
$49. And it's like, dude.
Yeah, but it's all the popcorn you want and all the drink you want.
Now it's $100 movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For 4 people, it's $100.
This was 3. That's why people don't go to the movies.
But it's the experience with your family.
Again, I'm not going to bitch about it. I mean, they've done a pretty good job.
You tell me the price of corn has gotten that outrageous.
They've done a pretty good job about making the environment, at least if you're going to a theater that's worthy. The sound is great. The chairs are big. I can recline. So at least the experience is a lot more comfortable than it used to be. But yeah, it's an expense. And the good news is there's not enough movies that are coming out that are worth going that I feel like I've been pinched. So I go just enough to where I go, wow, that was $100. But I got a full evening experience out of it. So it doesn't cost anything more than anything else I do. If I leave the house and there's 2 of us, it's $100.
No matter where you go,
it's going to be $100 out the window, no matter what I do.
Yeah, I don't like also when they convince you that something is a family size or a family price or whatever, and then
it's a gimmick.
So the other side to my wife being in the hospital is I got to figure out how to feed these kids, and the
spaghetti, lots and lots of spaghetti.
The HEB family size meals.
That's just for one of your kids.
That's 2 people, man. That's like tops.
Does the meal service boxes, are they bigger? Do they provide enough food?
Yes.
Do they do? Okay.
But that's a lot of work for me.
Well, no, I agree.
You know what I mean? I've got my limitations, Rob. That's chopping vegetables and stuff like that. I mean, that's woman's work.
I cook 3-4 meals a week.
Oh, I do too. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
No, but I sometimes put meat on a grill. I put meat on the fire.
That's 2 of the meals.
That's
sure,
what I do.
I cook twice a week, if not 3.
Like last night, I did a chicken and orzo.
See that? Yeah, that's too complicated for me. I'm not looking for that.
That's
I got stuff going on.
I put on the apron and I dance around and have the best time.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that. I just throw something in the oven, and this is the worst part. Like one of the ones I got, because I got 2. I had 2 of those. I was thinking, that's 2 full nights of meals. It's not. One of them I put in the oven, and the other one was like not recommended for the oven. So then I had to put the other one in. I had to put the other one in the microwave, and it was like I don't like cooking things fully in the microwave. You know what I mean? I don't like it. It's just
that's just to me. It's just heating stuff up. That's all it is for.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
And popcorn.
Well, I do frozen vegetables in the microwave, but that's it. I don't cook any protein in the microwave.
No.
Yeah, I don't like that. So I had to cook some sort of chicken broccoli rice thing in the microwave.
If I was you, I'd be grilling every night.
I know.
Like
right?
they're going to complain if they have hamburgers 2 nights in a row.
Dude, I'm spending most of my time at the hospital. I ain't got time to do
that. And
this.
also, you got one that can drive. You can live on some fast food
useless.
for a day.
Oh, he's so useless. Yeah.
Is he stingy with his Taco Bell points?
Oh, yeah. He ain't using those on me.
Yeah, see?
His
dad only have 22,000 left.
He's got to save those.
When I kick him out.
Jeremy says, try being single and going on a date or two a week, bro.
Dude, I can't. I'm so glad I'm not dealing with it.
I know.
Then again, you don't have to deal with anniversaries and
I think that's why dating turned into Netflix and chill. Because, but now Netflix, people can't afford Netflix. They're like, oh, man.
I know. It's like, I don't know.
Man, you want to...
it's me, TV, and TV and frozen pizza.
You want to Amazon Prime and chill?
Yeah.
You don't
Peacock
have
and chill?
No. What's that channel that shows nothing but oldies?
The AMC?
Oh, yeah. The AMC. You can get over the air.
For a movie classic?
You want to watch Green Acres?
Yeah, let's come over. There's a Green Acres marathon. I got a couple
Bewitched.
of frozen pizzas.
Y'all like Bewitched?
I get out of this date for under $50.
The Maltese Falcon's playing tonight.
I love classic movies because they're free.
That's right. All right, we're halfway there on a hump day. Got some Gunslingers tickets on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. Our traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot at 35 northbound South Zamora, southwest side. 2 left lanes blocked with that crash. It's got you slow from Palo Alto. 281 northbound Bitters, a stall that's off to the shoulder, and a minor wreck on I-10 eastbound Santa Clara off to the left shoulder. Pretty much most all our major freeway systems as we are into the meat of our morning rush hour. Everything rolling a bit slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
All right, let me tell you about my friends over at Game Day Men's Health. The clinic over there at Game Day Men's Health built around one idea, that us guys, us boys, the fellas, we deserve a modern, personalized approach to healthcare. And at Game Day, they're going above and beyond the routine checkups. They're addressing the full picture of your well-being. If you're tired all the time, you've got the low energy, you've got some brain fog maybe, you want to lose a little bit of weight perhaps, maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. You know, there's no one judging you there. Game Day Men's Health, they've got you covered in all those aspects. They are experts in testosterone replacement, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Those peptides, it's like magic. I don't even understand the wizardry of it, but it's incredible. Game Day is going to help you with whatever you got going on, and you're going to notice when you walk in the door, this place is different. Comfortable atmosphere. They got snacks, they got water, they got drinks, they got whatever you need. And they got sports playing on television while you wait. 830-376-9100. 830-376-9100. Appointments are flexible. Get in there now. Win back your health. Win back your life. It's game day. Let's go.
No energy, no sex drive? Go to Synergenics. 1 in 4 men has low T. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. Book a free T test and see if you qualify for TRT customized to you. Women's hormone testing is $200 off. Book your appointment at feelgreatlookgreat.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
San Antonio, there's a new place to watch the NBA playoffs. Novo Brewery. Over 80 feet of massive video walls, cold craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. This is not your average sports bar. And the food? We're talking juicy, thick-cut ribeyes, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And here's the best part. Novo Brewery has its own private entrance, completely separate from North Star Mall. Pull up, walk in, game on. Late hours, legendary atmosphere. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's Novo Brew.com.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs absolutely obliterated the Minnesota Timberwolves, 126-97. Wemby went for 27 and 17. They're up 3-2 now, heading back to Minnesota. You'll catch that game Friday night on Amazon Prime. As the playoffs continue tonight, we get the Cavs as they open the series with the Pistons at 2 apiece behind Donovan Mitchell's 43 points. Game 5's tonight. You can catch it live right here.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
C-Note took a woman on a first date. When he went to pick her up, she asked if she could go to McDonald's and get her 4 kids food before we left to go out.
Are you kidding me?
Mind you, she didn't mention any kids.
Ah.
Dude, did you have to get a meal for her husband too?
Dude, I can't imagine dating at this age, man.
I know, right? You know what? I'm up to, if I were dating, it'd be like, okay, what are you into and what's your favorite food? That's it. Because that's all I have time for.
Dude, you can't even eat her favorite food. You're like, oh.
That's my point. Like, are you diabetic? Actually, I should include that.
Yeah, you need.
Are you diabetic? How many kidneys do you have?
What's your blood type?
And what's your blood type?
Do you have a kidney you can spare?
Yeah, just one. Not half of one. I need a whole one.
Can you imagine? Can we go to McDonald's and pick up my kids' food?
Dude,
kids?
Well,
dude, that's $50 in itself.
Dude, but I'm telling you now, and C-Note, I don't know what ended up happening on this date, but like that date would have cost me $0.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's an easy
I got to go.
Hey, my vagina just fell out. I've got to go to the emergency room. I've prolapsed. I've got to head to the emergency room.
Now, on the other side of that, I know dudes that go to places and have the meetup where they meet 4 women at the same time and pick the best one and ghost the other 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know people like that?
Yeah, I do. I know, and he's in radio. I know the guy. Yeah, I'll tell you who it is off air, but I've been with him when he did it.
Pleasure. Come on,
No,
man.
it's nobody in this town. Nobody in this town.
That is wild behavior.
So on the other side, dudes are doing that.
And then, like, what's he do? Stick him with the bill?
No, they meet at like within 15 minutes of each other, and he sees them, and then he picks which one's the best, and then ghosts, like literally would ghost the other 3.
Oh man,
he does it whenever we got at Super Bowls.
That's hardcore.
That's hardcore. So that's the same thing as going to buy kids food when you go pick them up for a date.
No. Yeah. Did you? I want to. C-Note. Everybody wants to know. Ayatollah of Crapola says he wants to know if C-Note got McDonald's for the kids. I want to know too. I want to know if he bought the McDonald's.
I guarantee you he did if he thought he was going to get laid. $50 is a small price to pay if you're hard up.
Hell no. We ended that date after
good
an
for you.
argument.
Have some self-respect.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. See, Ayatollah said, I would have got the kids the food, said it's been real and split. No, not me.
Well, the kids might be hungry. You might be doing a service.
Yeah.
If mama's dating to get her kids fed,
that's what I'm saying. They might be hungry.
She picked the wrong one.
Yeah, you'll feed a cat first.
Well, she might be smoking hot, and you go, okay.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
It all depends on how she looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I'll get some doubles.
But she's got 4 kids. She's probably not what you were hoping she was
Well,
going to
at
be
least 4
anyway.
dudes were into it.
Well, it could have been
I'm
one.
just saying.
Could have been one.
If she's asking you to go get McDonald's, there's more than one.
No,
more than one
there's at
BD.
least 2.
At
Okay.
least 2 BDs running around.
Unless she had quadruplets.
Which that's its own issues.
And that's why baby daddy left to begin with, probably.
It's his fault.
Yeah. Speaking of McDonald's, did you see that video?
The food in the mouth, the French fries.
Yes.
No, what? I didn't see it.
Somebody at McDonald's it was in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And kids these days, they feel the need to film all the dumb things that they do, which I don't understand. But they filmed saying, "Oh, you want fries with that, huh?" And then they put a handful of French fries in their mouth.
Yeah.
And then they spit it back out and put it into the fry container.
Oh, you're kidding.
Into the box.
See?
No.
Yes.
That's real?
This is where the punishment needs to match the crime. And you don't do time. You do some kind of public humiliation. Something like you're in stocks in front of the city hall.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I put fries in my mouth and put it on trays, and you have to go out there for 12 hours a day for the next month.
Yeah.
I don't need to put you in jail. I don't want to do it. But for 12 hours a day, you got to go put in stocks, and you got to be in front of traffic, and we're going to put a sign in front of you. Say, this is what I do.
I don't know. It should be worse than that.
Because I think that's pretty bad.
No, we'll put a French fry in your urethra.
I mean, it's food.
You're going to meet the penis fish.
Yeah, there you go. We got to get it out.
Because
the vaginal eel.
You don't know what other people put in their mouths.
The butt barracuda.
That's why I had to have that Q-tip. I didn't know where that gal had been. I don't know where this French fry guy's been.
Well, this is what I do.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. McDonald's, of course, says they fired him immediately.
That's not enough.
But him and the person who was running the camera.
It's to go to permanent record kind of stuff.
If I feel so too. I feel like there should
we
be
got to put a tattoo on you that this is what you do
on your forehead.
Like we just get a French fry on your forehead. Like, that's what you do.
Now it just says unhireable.
Here's the thing. The problem is, according to the Southbridge Police Department and the local Board of Health, they have to find a way to prove that the contaminated fries were served to a customer or there's been no crime committed.
I think that's probably true. But see, I'm not saying this is a crime. This is like a public embarrassment thing.
But I mean, how can you you can't force that
I got
on
video
someone.
Of it. I got video of it.
Well, they're going to say, okay, well, what?
I don't care whether. No, it's not that someone might or might not have eaten it. I have a video of you putting them in your mouth. That's enough for me.
And I ate them.
No, I saw you put them back in the thing.
And then I ate them into my box. You can't prove anything.
Go put your ass in the stocks and wear the sign.
I don't think that's going to work.
I'm not saying my views are popular.
I don't think that's going to work. Another dating story. Now, this is a little more than dating. This is Paul Pierce. Well, we'll take it back to sports for a minute.
Oh, Paul.
I got to pull it up. Hold on. I forgot. I've got it on my board here. This is Paul Pierce on a podcast talking about a woman he was engaged to be married to. Engaged. Now, I want you to listen to the words that come out of Paul Pierce's mouth here.
But some of these women, they wake up
That's not
and
Paul
they put
Pierce
on
yet, by the way.
makeup
No, for sure.
before you get up, and they'll go back into the bed.
I was dating a girl like that. I dated a girl to where I was just like, and we was dating for a while too, and it was just like, damn. One day she woke up and I saw all the makeup off, and it was my first time, and I was like, ugh. I was like, damn, all this time I thought you really looked like that, because you know how y'all can make it look like and make it blend in good. It don't look caked up. It's a good blend. It looked like natural. And one morning I was like, whoa.
Did you stop talking to her after that?
Man, it was a lot of like, ugh. It was like you betrayed me. That's like lying to somebody though. That's like cheating. Like for real, that's like cheating. If you just always wear your makeup with your dude, that's like cheating on him if he never saw you without your makeup. So dude who saw her on a wedding day or whatever that day was without the makeup, that's exactly like cheating on me. Straight up, because I don't know who you are now. This wasn't who I was marrying.
Were you?
How you do that to me?
How you
sneak around like this all this time and I didn't know? I thought this was your natural. Come on now, that's cheating. So he had grounds for that, straight up.
First of all, Paul's just stupid. What did he think?
I don't know. I don't know how you go that long. How you date someone long enough that you don't see them without makeup.
I get the sense that this is one of those girls that's in a visiting town that he goes and he sees once, twice a year.
Well, he said he was going to marry her.
He said, no, he just said we've been dating a long time. Which
No,
means,
at the end of it, he was like, he was going to, like.
So you never saw her in the daylight. You never had seen her in the morning. Not once.
Well,
You didn't
no,
notice a remarkable amount of makeup on her pillow. You didn't notice the cases of makeup in the bath. You didn't notice. You're dumb, man.
They go touch their makeup in the morning is what they were saying.
Well, then you'd see, and they go to sleep with it on. And if there's like makeup all over the pillow and they're made up when you wake up, what do you think happened?
I'm not saying Paul Pierce is the
That's what I'm
smartest
saying.
guy.
You're dumb. You're dumb. This is your fault. This isn't her fault.
Like, if you've never seen your lady get out of the shower.
Like, you never saw any of this ever? Dude, you were a mark. You were
Oh, yeah.
You were marked. She was dating dollar signs. She wasn't dating you.
Where's my check?
Yeah, so dude, that's on you.
That's all she
That's on you. That's not on her. She had a mission to get that money.
I will say, it is a form of dishonesty.
It is.
It is selling a bill of goods in a way.
This is nothing new.
No.
This is not the
You're
first
right.
one
But
out.
you know
this
what?
is 100 years
But
old.
women will get mad at you if you're on a dating app and you say, "Oh, I'm 6'3," and then you show up and you're 5'11.
That's part of the game. Yeah, everybody's a little puffery.
Or
We're
you show up
advertising.
in those
Objects in the photo might not match the
those
real.
shoe inserts that make you taller.
We lift.
Your looks maxing.
Hair plugs.
Yeah, hey, you were taller in shoes. What's going on here? Hey, you know what? I did know a girl back in the day who had her makeup permanently tattooed
my wife
on her.
had eyebrow done. She did the eyebrows.
Yeah, I'm talking lips, the eyebrows.
Oh, that's crazy. That's too much.
Shadow. Yeah, like it was permanently on there. So
what about injectors? What do you think about the plump lip?
Nah.
What about the Botox and the doll-like face?
I've seen the change in Botox. I think Botox works, but I don't know how much is too much.
I tell you,
you know when it's too much.
That's what, and that's the problem. You can't. You put the toothpaste back in the tube.
You go too far.
The lip thing is so scary to me, and I see the prettiest girls do lip injections, and
they look just.
If you do too much, you look crazy.
It's like tattoos, man.
And then,
if it gets good to you, you don't know when to stop.
And these gals, even the girls who do it right early on, they're like, "Oh, that looks good. Let's do a little bit more."
Yeah, it goes away. A little bit more. Well, the Botox and the injections, they don't last. So you know, and they go, and you can't stop. So it's like a drug. You can't. Once you stop, it starts sagging like bad Bondo.
I was working in Houston. I worked in Houston, and I was working one of the girls she was the promotions director. So we would have management meetings at like once a week or whatever. And we're all sitting at the conference room table. And this gal walks in. She's about to get married in like 2 weeks.
And she has ruined her face.
Absolutely destroyed it. She got
Mar-a-Lago face.
She's like
duck lips.
Yeah,
duck lips, frozen. The frozen expression of absolute boredom that they can't fix.
It looked like
sunken black eyes.
Both of her lips. It looked like two egg rolls moving and like going up and down. I was just staring at her like, oh my God, you're getting married you've got a wedding in 2 weeks. And they're like, you may kiss the bride, and he's gonna have to be like, which lip do I choose? I like it. It's crazy.
Well, that's nothing new.
But Paul Pierce broke up with the gal.
Dude,
kicked her out.
That's so on him. I don't blame her one bit. I don't. Dude, you never noticed, did you?
Well, it's like a clavicular.
And you say you're going to marry her.
Clavicular. Remember he was saying like, when you take off your lift shoes, you need to make sure you have a path from the bed to the bathroom where you can walk on books so you look tall as you're it's like dudes do it too. It's just it's just really weird to try to like live this fake life. But I guess also if you're dating Paul Pierce, you're hoping for the payday.
Yeah, she's chasing money. It's up to you to be the detective. It's not up to her to like, oh, by the way, this is what I look like without makeup. You want to see Dr. Jekyll? You're about to meet Dr. Jekyll. I'm going to peel this off with a trowel.
But I'll tell you what, man, the internet's a scary place, and you will see gals put on makeup, and you see where they start and where they finish, and you go, oh my, like. It could be a dude.
Well, the fact
there's a dude who's good with makeup could trick you.
Well, dude, the fact that ladyboys in the Philippines even exist, and you're like, yeah, miracles are possible.
And they don't. I don't even think in Bangkok. I don't think they have access to the makeup we've got here. We got the best makeup here.
Yeah.
It is
with what they got. Man.
I'm just saying, miracles happen every day.
It is incredible. Day. But so the moral of the story is. Be careful out there.
You might have to get a Q-tip. Ram right up the old third eye, if you know what I mean.
Let's be careful out there. All right, I got to tell you guys about the San Antonio Gunslingers. In fact, to start off this thing, let's give away a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego Strike Force taking on the Gunslingers this Saturday, 4 p.m. at the Freeman. Gunslingers looking to do away with the hated, dreaded San Diego Strike Force. You can see them. It's the Star Wars game. That's this Saturday, May 16th at the Freeman. Indoor football action, the high-flying touchdowns, the big hits. You're right on top of the action. And lightsabers. That's right. Star Wars vibes all afternoon. The first fans through the door are going to get their very own lightsaber. Bring the family. Wear your Star Wars gear. They're making a whole day of it, baby. Cheer on the Gunslingers. It's going to be a great time. It is a great time. We're talking about affordable things for the family to do. The Gunslingers game, that's an affordable thing to take your family to. A lot cheaper than a movie. I can tell you that much. Get on out there to the Freeman. Bring the family. Wear your Star Wars gear. Get your tickets now. sagunslingers.com or the Freeman Coliseum box office. Guns up, San Antonio. Go get them.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two, and then we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the Morning Huddle and cash in with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas. Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days are going to be here soon. Don't wait until the heat hits to try to avoid high energy bills. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with new energy-efficient ones and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or alawyerforus.com.
The San Antonio Gunslingers are bringing the fight back to Freeman Coliseum for an out-of-this-world Star Wars game. Saturday, May 16th, 4 p.m., the Indoor Football League action explodes as your Gunslingers take on San Diego in a lightsaber-filled showdown. Expect high-flying touchdowns, bone-crushing hits, and epic Star Wars vibes all afternoon. First fans through the door get their very own lightsaber. Get your tickets now at sagunslingers.com or the Freeman Coliseum box office. Guns up, San Antonio.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah. It's a happy hump day here in San Antonio. Suck the hole, Wolves. Their ass kicked last night. Spanking.
It was.
Daddy came home. Gave it to him. Old country way.
They poked the bar.
Wemby dominating. Dominating, I tell you.
Yeah. And we'd like to welcome to the playoffs Keldon Johnson.
Yes.
I know, finally.
You can take him off the milk carton.
Oh, yeah.
We found him.
Where was he?
He wasn't playing. He was hiding in the shed.
I knew it.
Do you guys ever kind of wish that Wemby wasn't French?
No, I don't really think of him as French.
I do.
Why?
I don't.
Because I hear him talk, and I like.
Well, see, I think San Antonians were so accustomed to accents, and from Manu to Tony and all the other Euros that have come and gone over the years, whether they be South or Spanish or Brazilian. We've had so many accents. I think we're used to it.
I wish he was American. It makes me.
Well, I get a sense, given the current French tax system, I have a sense he'll be an American and a Texan specifically pretty soon.
Yeah,
I really do.
I mean, obviously his game's incredible, but like, I want to be a big Wemby fan. But then I hear him talk, and he's.
What, would you prefer that or the Serbian side?
It's a good question. I don't know. I think I'd prefer the Serbian side. I don't know why. I don't like the way French people talk.
I don't. Honestly, he doesn't. Tony had such a French accent that when he first got here, English was truly his second language. So he had to learn.
Gobert, very similar.
But I think Wemby's been speaking English so long that a bunch of the French dialect that annoys me, he doesn't have.
Yeah.
So it's funny how I don't think of him as anything other than Wemby. I don't think of him as American, obviously, but French doesn't come to mind either.
Yeah.
Is it just jingoist? You just don't like the best player in the world or potentially the world's ever seen?
Well, I mean, I've already stated, like,
Paris?
it drives me crazy that all the best players in the NBA, none of them are American. That does kind of peeve me a little.
Well, I mean, there's a few, but you're right. They're the international, but there's more of them than there are of us.
Yeah, like I mean, is there any American in the top 5 even? Best players in the league right now?
Well, I mean, depending on the day you take the poll.
I mean, let's just say in
Shea's
general,
Canadian, so we can't really count him. But
Joker, Wemby, Luka,
Giannis.
That's probably the 5 best players in the world.
Those are the recent MVPs.
They're like none of them.
It is the way of the world.
Come on, America, step up, will you? Give me one. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Damn it!
The next great American basketball player. Well, Anthony Edwards has a claim. He was the heir apparent there for a minute.
I think he's just about as good as we got right now.
Yeah, well, I think
is the problem.
I mean, he is right now.
We got to do better than this, America. We got to step it up.
Again, there's more of them than there are of us, and you can go call out the 7'5" dudes.
Yeah,
Good
but
luck.
What about Cooper? Where's he from?
He's American.
He's Maine.
Barely.
He's
barely American.
He's in the upper northern quadrant.
Yeah, he's like in the tippy top. He's a Yankee.
Oh, and then what about that tall guy? What is his name? Oliver or Olivier?
Rue, he's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
He sucks anyway.
Yeah,
he can't play. He can't play a lick.
He's now at UC Irvine.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He's a big stiff.
Never mind. Wasted height.
They're like, you're 9 feet tall and you can't dunk. I don't know how.
Wasted height.
Yeah, that's weird. Frank says Harper, Castle, Flag. Yeah, those guys are all good.
They're on their way.
And maybe, but they're nowhere near.
And only one of those is ever going to win an MVP. It has a chance, and that's Cooper.
Yeah. I don't know. I need, and well, this is going to be, this is also maybe a hot take. I don't want the next great American player. I don't want the big hope. I don't want him to be Cooper Flag. I don't want it to be a white guy.
Well, I don't think he is. I just think he's the one right now.
Okay, good. I mean, I'm just saying, like, when we get I want the next Jordan, LeBron, Steph, the next guy. I want the next guy.
Well,
that I feel like is our guy.
The next guy is here, and that's it for the next 10 years. He's here.
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah. No,
I'm talking about the next American guy.
Well, we don't know who that is.
Well, we better figure it out.
There's a change coming. I mean, Luka's good for another 3 or 4 years max. Well, Well, the Joker, I say 3 or 4 years max. Luka's got some more time.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, the change is coming, and the international players are going to continue to come. But I don't understand what the color of the skin has nothing to do with it.
Where's SGA from?
In Canada.
He's Canadian. He's Toronto.
Toronto.
The color of the skin, it almost feels like it, because then people will treat it like a novelty. You know what I mean? Like when Larry Bird was in the conversation for greatest player in the world, pre-Jordan, it was always like,
because he was,
but also it felt like white people were saying he was because he was white.
Well, I think that was a product of where he played in Boston. But I think universally, he changed anybody who ever played against him's mind. Yeah. There's no one that would say, he was token. Not one person who ever played against Larry Bird would go, he wasn't that good.
But no brothers were saying Larry Bird was better than Magic.
I think in hindsight,
and most white guys weren't saying that
I disagree
Magic
with that.
was better than Larry.
Go back and listen to some of these podcasts of these old pros that played with him. I think he's getting his.
I'm
just
not talking about the pro. I'm talking about the fans. I'm talking about like
no, I disagree with that
average
too.
American fan.
Maybe the people you were around. I knew a lot of my friends.
I mean, I was young at the time.
What he could do, man. I think he was universally across. Mm-hmm. Only problem was he was playing for Boston, and given the time he was playing in the early '80s up.
It was always Boston and Lakers,
they already had the racial strife, so they had racial issues in Boston that he was kind of thrust into.
You don't say.
But I mean, keep in mind the busing was going on, so that was relatively fresh. And I think if Larry would have landed and played with the Lakers or Chicago, the perception of him as the Great White Hope would have been nothing more than he was a really good white player. But him playing at Boston, and then you had the dichotomy of him against the Lakers, good, bad, white, black, all that other stuff. I think that was more of a product of him landing there and Isaiah Thomas shooting his mouth off.
Yeah, that's true too.
And but Larry very quickly put that to bed.
What about Wesley? What about Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson?
White men, they can't jump. Right.
They can't. They're not up
You're
there.
right.
They're not up there.
Sino says Giannis, Shea, and Joker all sound more foreign than Wemby. Shea doesn't.
They do.
Shay's
Canadian. He sounds like us. He just apologizes at the end of his sentence.
Yeah, he's
sorry.
too nice.
You can hear a
nice.
little. You can hear a little twinge of it in Shea, but it's not.
A little sorry, but
it's not like Wemby's.
He smells like Crown.
Well, you hear it's funny when you hear Wemby postgame. It struck me last night that there is a bit of the Terminator. Like, we will play better. We will come back.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
It's like that is also something like the Euro, or I guess just foreigners in general have sunken into them. It's like it almost feels like their family's being held at gunpoint. Like it's like an Ivan Drago thing.
We will destroy you, or my wife died.
If I did not accomplish this mission.
My youngest one, Nikolai, in Gulag now, must win.
Like someone's holding a torch outside Joker's horse stables, and he's no.
Well, we talk about the racism. I firmly believe that for Joker to win another MVP, he's going to have to put together numbers, the likes of which he can't, because they don't want to give him 5 MVPs. You know what I mean? He's to the point now where if he gets one more MVP, he's sitting next to Bill Russell. He's sitting next to Magic Johnson. He's sitting next to Jordan. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of voters like, I'm not putting a fat center from Serbia in that room.
See, I don't think it's...
I'm not going to do it.
I don't know that it's about being a fat center. I think it's more about being someone who doesn't give a damn about basketball.
All of that. I think there's a lot of voters, even though he's worthy.
Well, he's only got 3. He's only got 3
I'm
now.
But 4 would put
him with Wilt and LeBron.
See, I'm not going to do that. And I think there's voters that are like, dude, I'm just not going to do that. I don't care how good he gets. He will never be allowed to sit in that room. 1, he's not born here, and 2, he doesn't care.
So more than 3 is LeBron, Wilt, Russell, Jordan, and Abdul-Jabbar.
See, he ain't never going to get it. And if I was a voter, I probably wouldn't either. So there's the jingoistic, ugly American. I'm not going to put him in that room.
I don't think it's because he's. I think it's more of his stance towards basketball than it is being foreign.
Well, he's a slow white dude who has mastered the game
more than anybody. Even more than Larry Bird.
Yes,
he doesn't pass the eye test. Like that guy shouldn't be good at basketball.
I don't want him on my highlight tapes. I don't want him to be like the possible logo. I don't want any of that. I'm not going to give him another one, even though everybody to a man goes, "Is he as good as they are?" Yeah, but I ain't going to vote for him.
I mean, Luka doesn't look like he should be as good as he is.
I think he'll deal with the same problem.
But Luka's also doesn't have an MVP. So
I think there's some of that. But I think for more than anything else with Jokers, there is a bias against the Europeanness that he brings. That I'm just not going to put him in the same room. I'll give him 3, and he earned every one of them. And he probably earned 1 or 2 more, but he won't get it.
Yeah, Giannis is the only other. Giannis and Steve Nash, the only other non-Americans with multiple MVPs.
Giannis will never get another one.
Or neither will Steve Nash.
Well,
wrapped
the
up
Corn
for both.
Ferry League, the senior league.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll do the Double Dong Challenge on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Working this trouble spot at 35 northbound South Zamora, southwest side. Accident with 2 left lanes blocked. 5-7-minute delay for now. Slow from Palo Alto. 281 northbound at Bitters. That stalls off to the shoulder. Got a minor wreck. I-10 eastbound Santa Clara, left shoulder. And a rollover accident on General McMullen at Ruiz Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
If someone in your family served, you may be eligible for reduced tuition at American Public University because military service opens doors and education can open the next one. Learn more at apu.apus.edu/military.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars. People don't trust car buyers. People think the price is going to be wrong, and people think it's going to be a hassle. Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is what we do at GiveMeTheVin.com, and that's what makes us America's best car buyer. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com right now and get a quote on yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So, who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Juicy, thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. This is bring your appetite food. Novo is attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit NovoBrew.com.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, all the reaction to a huge Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves.
We'll talk about it with Antonio Daniels, the former Spurs champion, will join us at 4:35.
All Spurs all the time.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs absolutely obliterated the Minnesota Timberwolves, 126-97. Wemby went for 27 and 17. They're up 3-2 now, heading back to Minnesota. You'll catch that game Friday night on Amazon Prime. As the playoffs continue tonight, we get the Cavs as they open the series with the Pistons at 2 apiece behind Donovan Mitchell's 43 points. Game 5's tonight. You can catch it live right here.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, it's that time of the week. We go to the Buyer's Barricade guest line, and we bring on the man. 6'9", 285 pounds of solid shredded steel.
Well, except for one pec.
One pec.
Who hasn't now been shredded.
It's bionic now, I believe. Yeah. It's from Arasti, Dr. Jason Garrett. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Well,
Doc. How are you
How about
doing?
you, post-op? How are we feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. I think I was supposed to be on pain medication for about a week, and I quit taking it on Monday.
Well, you're
I'm
doing it
pretty
wrong,
good.
Doc.
Did you switch?
What are you doing here?
You switch over to alcohol or weed? What did you switch over to?
Self-medicated?
Yeah.
I mean, I did have some wine and bourbon last night.
All
so
right.
maybe
There
that-
we go. All right.
You have a really kick-ass sling that you can hide stuff in?
It's kind of basic. I didn't opt for the nicer ones because I'm hoping not to be in it too long.
Okay. All right. Well, best wishes. I assume the surgery went well then. If you're already off the painkillers, that's a good thing.
Are you having to go with a stranger, if you know what I mean?
I'm married, so I'm good.
All right, good. Just
Yeah,
wanna-
but
we
and
gotta-
that's that means that's wife on top action. Is what that?
I'm not going to suppose. I'm just going to
That's the
acknowledge
I think that's the
that
only
was a good
possible
answer.
way.
Yes.
That's the only possible way. I'm picturing it right now, and that's the only way I can picture Dr. Garrett.
Please, please don't. It's only 8:30 in the morning.
All right. Okay, first let's start with some real medical stuff we've got going on here. Rob went on Amazon.com and bought a tool to clean out his ear.
My ear hole wax.
His earwax. And the tool pushed the earwax further into his ear, and now he's deaf.
Now I think that I am legally deaf in my right ear.
Now-
I have wedged earwax way too far into my ear canal.
So what I would have done at that point is gone to a doctor, an ENT. What
No.
Rob did was buy a different tool on Amazon that's going to shoot water into his ear and then suck it all out
Suck it out.
into a bucket.
See, I attach it to one of those shop vacs for your garage in a hose.
Yeah. Well,
Can you recommend
well-
against this quickly?
yeah. So we had very limited training on ear treatment, ear
Really?
diagnosis, for a good reason. Because one, you want to be a specialist to do that. The one thing I do remember was don't ever stick anything in your ear. Don't let anybody who's not a qualified medical professional stick something in your ear, including yourself. So Rob has broken the first two rules. And I would say if it's,
You should see the tool that I got to buy. It's like this little tiny camera, and you can attach a little
That's
shovel
what-
to the end of the camera.
Dr.
You
Garrett-
just shove it in your ear hole.
What it
and
did
go
is
to work.
because it had a camera on it, it made him feel like he was a doctor.
Yes, it did.
Like he
Yeah.
thought he was doing like some sort of laparoscopic thing, and it's
Did you
like
have gloves on?
Yeah, I had my black barbecue gloves on, my grilling gloves.
oh jeez.
Hey, keep in mind the eardrum is very sensitive and it doesn't heal well, so be really careful.
What was that?
All right, let's get into some of the other guys who are hurting these days. We were talking about this morning. Like, is there do you think that there's something to hockey players just being tougher than your average professional athlete? Because player last night for the Golden Knights got a 97 mile an hour puck to the inside of his knee. They had to drag him off the ice, and then he came back later in the game and scored the game-winning goal in overtime. Like, is most of the stuff you hear with these hockey guys, is it pain tolerance, or is there something to like the way that the game is played, like on skates, that their bodies are just more durable than an average athlete?
No, I've worked with NFL players, NBA players, hockey players, soccer players, golfers. There is nobody tougher than the average hockey player. It's 100%. Those guys, most of them, they grew up in the cold. Most of the guys are really good, and so they're used to being extremely uncomfortable. Most of them had to get up super early and do chores, like go out and shovel and do things that other guys are maybe a little more pampered didn't have to do. The difference between an NBA basketball player from a pain standpoint, from a toughness, and a hockey player is like the entire width of the United States. There is a gigantic difference.
And I guess most of these guys grew up in countries where you have to like
Bunch
fend
of
off
wimps.
bears and things like that. So I guess that does make a little bit of sense. Anthony Edwards is back in action, obviously, and missed the first couple games of this series. He's back and has looked really good. It looked okay last night, but is his issue something that we're going to see? Is it going to pop up to haunt him again, or is that bone bruise / runner's knee? Is that something that now that he's gotten through the worst of it, he's going to be better every time we see him?
Yeah, the bad news for the Spurs is once you come back from that and you're feeling pretty good and you go basically 100% like he's been in the last couple games, It's not going to get worse unless you do the same injury over again. So unless he hyperextends his knee again or catches it wrong, there's very low risk. It's the same risk he had prior to doing it. So he's good to go. There's nothing really holding him back.
Okay, let's talk some more basketball. Luka Doncic missed all the playoffs with a grade 2 left hamstring strain. Jalen Williams has been out for several weeks with a grade 1 hamstring strain. Explain the difference and what's going to take for them to get Jalen Williams back on the court.
Yeah, the grading system is pretty poor when it comes to hamstrings. Because, like, say you do an MRI on a hamstring and you got a pretty severe pull, grade 1, grade 2, you don't really see it unless you see muscle tearing and then you see bleeding within there. But that muscle tearing doesn't have anything really to do, unless it's ruptured off the bone, doesn't have a lot to do with the healing timeline. So where the fascia that wraps around it, the connective tissue, is damaged and injured, sometimes they have more nerve endings or free nerves within the middle of that. And if you have a nerve right down the middle of a fascial pull, fascial tear, then it doesn't really matter what you do. It's extremely painful. It's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for that pain, the nerve to reorganize itself so it doesn't hurt anymore. So grade 1, grade 2, there's not a big difference. Unless it's ruptured off the bone, most of those can be pretty well managed in 2 to 8 weeks. I'm shocked that he's out this long. It's really surprising. So unless that it's right at the origin where it inserts into the bone and there's some tearing away there, I am really, really surprised he's not back yet.
So,
I hope Ted can come back.
I was going to say it's possible because the Thunder they haven't lost a game in the playoffs yet. Maybe they're like, is it a thing that if they can rest him, they might as well? Like, is rest something that can only make him better as time goes on? Or would it behoove them to get him out there and get a little run on him before they play in the next round?
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. It is touch and go when it comes to like hamstring or groin pulls. Over in the European soccer leagues, they're much more aggressive bringing people back. For whatever reason, they feel like the harder they can push it earlier on, the more they know. Where over here, we're a little bit more conservative in the NFL and the NBA, mostly because when you do have a setback, it kind of starts all from scratch. So if you rest a guy for 4 weeks and then you go a little too hard and he hurts it again, he's out for another 6 to 8 weeks. So it all depends on how much strength and explosiveness there is. And you don't really know until you put him in a game situation where he has to react quickly and unexpectedly. It's usually got 100% strength within a couple of weeks. It's that rapid change of direction that they just don't know until they use it.
One more question about blisters. Rory yesterday evidently had a blister, and they described it as under his pinky toenail. I don't know how you get one there. Age-old, you're supposed to pop a blister, right? You pop a blister when you got it, or do you not pop a blister?
You want to pop it when you can and then make sure the skin doesn't get broken too much. So the skin acts as like a natural Band-Aid as long as there's no infection in there. If you can drain it cleanly and don't expose it to an infection, the sooner you get that fluid out of there, the skin can lay back down, wrap it, put some antibiotics on it. It's usually good to go.
Carlos Correa, in batting practice, in the batting cage, took a swing and felt his ankle popped. Has a torn tendon in his left ankle. They said he's going to miss the remainder of the season. He underwent surgery on Monday. Tore the peroneus brevis tendon in his left ankle. Talk about where that is in the ankle exactly. And I mean, obviously he's out for the season, but is this something that could be a career-changing thing? Because the fact that they were like, "Oh, he's out for the season already," that just made it seem like it was a really bad deal.
Yeah, so if you look down the outside of your ankle, there's little tendons. Like if you would kind of pull your foot up towards the outside of your body, you'll see those muscles contract. There's tendons that go all the way down behind your ankle. And if you tear one of those tendons, obviously it's pretty painful. It's not catastrophic. A lot of times you can wrap that up. You can brace it and play through it. But if you are having surgery, you can't play through that. So some guys opt to rehab it. Some guys opt not to. It is not a career-ending injury. A lot of times, when your feet or ankles are involved, it usually means chronic issues going forward. Right. This one's not that bad because it's very external, and it helps with your calf muscle. So it's kind of like an accessory muscle. It's not a primary mover. So it's something you make a full recovery from and shouldn't have to worry about in the future.
Tarek Skubal, who we talked about last week, was having some arthroscopic surgery to remove what they called loose bodies in his elbow. And they're saying that, like we had thought that it was going to be, a few weeks. They're saying it could be quicker than that. They're saying that he used something called a nanoscope, and they say it's more like receiving a shot than having surgery. So they expect the typical timeline is 2 to 3 months. They think he could be back maybe even before the All-Star break. What do you know about this nanoscope, and is this an effective tool?
Yeah, so in certain areas of the body, like the elbows and sometimes the knees, it's almost like a medical grade acupuncture that has not necessarily a scope to it, but it's guided through ultrasound, so they can see. They don't have to make an incision. They just insert basically a needle in there, and they can dig away those quote unquote loose bodies, assuming there's no tendon attachment or ligament attachment, and then have to cut into a tendon or ligament. Then once they remove those, there's very little healing time. And it's just a matter of getting them moving again and getting the range of motion back.
Would that work on ears?
You just go to the doctor. Go to the doctor, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Go to the doctor. That is Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. Doc, we appreciate the time, and best of luck to you in your healing. Hope you're doing everything the right way, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, Lefty.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There you go. That is Dr. Jason Garrett. All right. Let's get the Double Dong Challenge underway, Vic. I'm going to set you up. Let's go call the no winner yesterday. Jake Berger had 3 hits. None of them went over the wall, though.
We're at the quarter pole.
We are, yeah. But they got one more with Arizona today. So let's go with caller number 5. You pick the Texas Ranger you think will hit a home run, or maybe 2 if you're lucky, and you'll be headed up to a Rangers game. If he hits 2, you'll have upgraded tickets, and you will have a hotel stay up there as well.
Wyatt Langford. Go for Wyatt Langford.
That's your guy?
Feeling it today.
Is that who AI told you to pick?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's who AI told you to pick.
It is.
It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
San Antonio, I got some bad news for you. Most of us, we got a drinking problem down here. We got fine water coming out of the ground, but what comes with that water and leaves in our pipes we don't like, we don't need, we don't want. That's why Connecticut's been so successful around this part of the world, because what they do is exactly what's needed. The clean, pure taste of our aquifer water or well water is what we're chasing. We just don't want the leftovers, and that's what Connecticut does. It makes sure that stuff doesn't even make it in your house, not in your pipes, not in your washing machine, not in your appliances, not on your skin, not on your hair, not in your dog dish. That's why you get a Connecticut. It takes care of you, and the most important investment you have, that's your home. Remember this number, it's 656 Pure. If you'll call today and get yourself the very best, there's a little gift for you, a little P-Loan. It's a reverse osmosis drinking station, the likes of which you'll never have to buy another water bottle again. They'll put it on your kitchen sink or wherever you want it. They've got the decor to match yours, and you can say goodbye to those plastic water bottles that pile up and just add to what is already a very expensive shopping trip. Call Connecticut today at 656 Pure. Go get the very best, and I'm sure you'll come by here and thank me later.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And through Friday at Mattress Firm, you can get a Sealy mattress in any size for only $494.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Who will be next caught in an extramarital affair, Vrabel or Robert Kraft?
I would say Vrabel. I'm not sure if, Robert Kraft is kind of up there, and I don't even know, how long do drugs work?
But you're a degenerate gambler. Which one of those are you going to put your money on?
I'd put it on Vrabel other than Kraft stepping out. Because I don't think Robert Kraft he doesn't have the energy for that. He just likes to lay on a table and get happy endings. If you have to work for it, that's another thing. You just lay there.
Rub it.
Yes.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah. Frank. And that's crazy talk. It's about basketball, and he's the best. MVPs are not about how much you care. It's about hooping.
About Joker?
About Joker. Frank, here's the thing. In an ideal world, yeah, it'd be the dude who is the most deserving, has the best stats, and plays on the best team. That's how it would normally work out. The best hooper would be the MVP. We've tried to tell you this. If you don't believe it, one day you'll see. There is a narrative game involved. And anything where there's voters, they all play this game. They manipulate things the way that they want to. And I'm not an expert on it, but I've almost solved the NBA and NFL MVP voting mindset to where I can pretty much tell you how. And Wemby fans are not going to like hearing that. Now, Wemby fan, next year, I said this before, if next season Shea and Wemby have the exact same stats that they did this year, the teams have the same success they did this year, Wemby will be the MVP next year and not Shea. And you'd say, well, how can that be?
Well, he's going to be the MVP regardless. He won it this year. He's winning it right now.
Yeah, Shea. But I'm telling you.
I'm saying Wemby will be the MVP next year.
I agree.
I think he's already won.
Barring some kind of injury or something, he's next in line.
This is worthy of discussion because if you believe that the NBA, the NFL is just a sport, you're naive. It's entertainment first.
Yes. Rob knows ball. Mark Leha picked Corey Seager for the Double Dong Challenge. Let's go, Corey.
Do it.
1 hour left. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Working this trouble spot at 35 northbound South Zamora, southwest side. Accident with 2 left lanes blocked. 5-7-minute delay for now. Slow from Palo Alto. 281 northbound at Bitters. That stalls off to the shoulder. Got a minor wreck. I-10 eastbound Santa Clara, left shoulder. And a rollover accident on General McMullen at Ruiz Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Diamond Tea.
Go ahead. Sip into summer with Red Diamond. Fresh brewed with just 3 simple ingredients. Tea, water, and sugar. Always cold and ready in the refrigerated section. Red Diamond Fresh Brewed Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Buy the Rough Country 3-panel hard-folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Get weather protection, added security, and durability for all of life's gear. A sleek upgrade custom look for just $6.99 is a quick install away. With NAW and Rough Country truck bed covers, skip the big box hassle. Shop local and get expert advice from NAW today. 3027 Culebra Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only in 523.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NFL, the schedule release continues to leak out as the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take on the Denver Broncos in the first Monday night game of the season. And in Week 9, the Bengals will take on the Falcons in Madrid. Finally, sad news for former Texas A&M running back Le'Veon Moss, who was signed with the Miami Dolphins as a free agent, has announced that he is retiring from the NFL. His short career has been plagued with injuries.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, friends and fellow Americans. Welcome in. It's the Morning Huddle, 9:01 on the Huddle.
Time flies, man.
Oh, yes.
Guys in military drive, time to go home. Clean up your ashes.
They're still out there.
Grab the blowtorches and the bazookas and head home.
Go to work.
Because I don't know how you crazy Hispanics afford all those fireworks.
Yeah.
Where are you guys getting all that?
Where are you guys?
Payday loans.
Where are all these crazy Hispanics getting the money for these fireworks?
Payday
It's
loans.
unbelievable.
Fiesta loans.
They've got more fireworks than us whites have.
Where are they getting them?
Well, once they paid off the Fiesta loans, and they got another one.
They got another one for fireworks.
Yeah.
And
I think these are actually they got these back in July for this is what they couldn't burn.
Yeah. Or they bought all
t-shirts.
they bought all the fireworks, but they ended up going to jail for something else, and they couldn't pop them. So they had a lot left over.
I'm astounded. I'm so into this. I hope the Nationals pick this up. I hope the rest of the world
It's crazy.
gets to see what we're doing down on Military Drive.
All right. The NFL is slow rolling their schedule right now.
Yeah.
All the international games are announced, though.
I know you want to go to Rio, and it sounds sexy and cool. Let's go to Madrid instead.
No, if I could choose one, we would be week 1 in Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would be primary. And then 2 Madrid, and then Rio after that.
Yeah, but the thing is that the Cowboys, the team that we cover here, are playing in
Cowboys,
Rio.
Schmalboys.
And that maybe our sales staff could make something like that happen. I don't think they're going to get us sponsored to go out and go to a game in Spain where the Cowboys aren't involved. But we can try it. We can
Be an
shoot our
affiliate
shot
for a lot of different places. We got 3 networks we can play with. I got 3 frequencies we can play around.
All right. Week 1 is that Rams 49ers in Australia. That game is going to be a 7:30 kickoff on Netflix.
And due to the time change, they're actually kicking that game off next week.
Yeah.
They have to play 6 months ahead of time.
But
to get on time.
I like that. I like that they're adding on an extra night game.
The more games, the better.
Yeah, but man, it's hard for me to wake up at 7
Stupid.
a.m.
No
for
one
those.
does it. Everybody plans on it, thinks about it, and then you turn it on. And you're like, well, I got other games to prepare for. I have a ritual on Sunday mornings, and a game going on while I'm getting my fantasy league together and getting all the other stuff together just never fits.
If I have money on it, I get up for the game.
That's why there's everything sponsored by these things. But that's the sole reason for most, unless your team's involved.
Week 3 is when the Cowboys and the Ravens go to Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and that's going to be a 3:25 kick. I think it's not a time zone issue, which is kind of nice. So and this is only the second time ever the Cowboys will play an international game. The only other time, 2014, they played Jacksonville over in London.
It's crazy how Jerry has managed to keep himself out of that and make sure he gets that home field paycheck every year.
Yeah. I'm sure he's getting a portion of the gate in this one, right?
But for a team that, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter where you stand, is a prominent member of the NFL, if not one of the primary prominent, to have escaped the need to fly everybody to some foreign country since 2014, and prior to that, never.
Well, I think
it's amazing to me.
I think what they figured out is international fans will eat whatever we feed them.
And that's very true, and I agree with that. But the fact that Jerry has actually even avoided it. You'd think that might be something that he actually wanted to do. Like, let me go conquer another land.
I'm surprised
and he just hasn't done it.
I'm surprised he hasn't asked to do a game in Mexico.
Seriously, all of that. You'd think Jerry, the master marketer, the Barnum and Bailey of the NFL, hasn't taken that road show overseas. It's just amazing to me, and that he quite frankly just doesn't want to do it.
That game will be on CBS, so you don't need a special, and it'll stream on Paramount, but you don't need a special streaming service to watch it. Week 4, Commanders-Colts will be on the NFL Network. That's an 8:30 a.m. kick from Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham.
Isn't that
that's boy Jimmy's favorite team?
Favorite team. Okay.
That'll be actually a winning team playing on that one.
Week 5, Philly and Jacksonville, also on the NFL Network. That'll be in the same stadium, Tottenham Hotspur.
Is that Jacksonville's typical home stadium?
No.
Okay.
Their typical one is Wembley, not Wimby.
Still in London, just a different part of town.
Yeah, and that's where they'll be Week 6 against the Texans. Now, I was at the game last time the Texans played in London, so they'll be heading back. Wembley, that's Week 6.
Did they play in Wembley, the Texans?
Yes, yeah. Week 7, Stade de France, Saint-Denis, Paris, France. The Saints and the Steelers. 8:30 kickoff on NFL Network.
Saints sitting those Cajun coonasses back to the motherland.
The Fleur-de-Lis.
That's another game I'd put my name in. I'd go to that one.
I wouldn't mind going to that, yeah.
Hang out with the frogs.
Week 9, the game you were talking about, Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid. I don't know how to say that. That's a made-up word. 8:30 a.m. kickoff on NFL Network.
Bad
That is
idea.
the Falcons and the Bengals.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Suck on that, Spaniards.
Yeah. They're not. This is not they're not sinning their best. They're sinning their worst. They're sinning their worst. Lions Patriots at Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany. Oh, I'd be up for
a good
that
one.
one.
That might that jumped Paris and France. I'd rather go to Munich.
Yeah, in November
That beer
in
would,
Munich.
You could skate home on the frozen beer and sick.
That's a good game. Detroit and New England. One of the better international games, I would say. San Francisco, Minnesota, Estadio Banorte, Mexico City. That is a 7:15 p.m. kickoff on NBC.
That would be fun.
And that's the final one. 49ers Vikings will wrap up the international schedule. So the Cowboys and the Texans with international games this year.
It's crazy the number of international games, literally. For a sport that's the most American and most difficult to export, the number of international games, because it's to adopt the sport of football, think of the outlay that you have to. Now I know they're trying to push flag as the gateway drug.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me that the NBA, because that's a much more eminently easily transferable game. You just need a couple of rims, indoor or out. That they don't do more international games.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've always been surprised that
they will.
Like for a 2-week period, everybody in the NBA goes overseas. Everybody goes for 2 weeks and we rotate around 9 different cities and the whole league's over there. I'm shocked that they haven't done that.
I think they don't do it for the same reason baseball doesn't do it, is because those games are already international games.
True.
There's already a strong footprint for those, and they've got their own leagues. Like it's ingrained in cultures. Football is not.
But they'd still sell out the building,
They would, for sure.
They're not growing the game, but I just felt like there's a way to make money. Why aren't you doing that?
Football is still a novelty to foreigners. And
do you think in your lifetime, in the next 40 years, let's say, 50 years, that there will ever be a professional football team outside of London? I think London's due for Jacksonville. At some point, they're going to end up there, and it's going to be permanent. And if they go, one more will go.
I think so.
Do you think there'll ever be a conference? Like there's just a European conference. We got 6 teams over there. Do you think? Because I feel like the NFL dreams of that.
I think eventually, and I'm not saying this is a good idea, eventually the NFL will expand.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is when they do expand, it'll be 2 or 4 teams, and all of them will be will all, and it may even be more than that. They may do 8 teams,
and then at that point, you got a conference, and you don't have to worry about travel so much.
Yeah, that would not shock me at all.
Or a division,
but I think that and people don't realize, London is the size of New York City.
Whenever there's 4 of those gigantic stadiums in London. Whenever you hear those, Wembley and the Tottenham, and there's another 2 that are just magnificent, huge.
Just the population there is enough to keep it afloat. Toronto, if they would have wanted to build a new stadium,
I don't count them.
But they could have easily.
Oh yeah. I don't count them as international. It's it's another hour if you're flying to Buffalo. It's not that far.
But if Toronto would have built a stadium, the Buffalo Bills wouldn't be in Buffalo.
True, absolutely true.
But Toronto just didn't want to put the money up to build a stadium.
Who was it? New England that toyed with Toronto a couple of times.
It was Buffalo.
Was it Buffalo that toyed with them?
Yeah,
I know that they had used Toronto as leverage
every year.
Yeah.
And
but I don't truly consider that international. I know I should, but I'm thinking about the 8-hour flight and all the things that go on to going to that. But it's no different from flying from San Francisco to New York.
Well, do you think of Mexico City as international?
Not really. No,
okay.
I don't. I think of it, and international is a kind of a broad term for a long ass travel day. Where a whole day eats up your travel. But flying from LA to New York is not that distant from flying from New York or LA to Paris or London. It's just maybe 2 more hours, 3 more hours. And in the grand scheme, that's not so bad. But it does, when you're playing that 18-game schedule, you just don't have a lot of time to do that kind of stuff unless you go there and stay for a minute, 2-3 games, so you don't have a hiccup, and you build in your off week in that. And I think at that point, every team will be playing internationally every year. There'll be a time you go spend 2 games someplace else.
But I do think London, Paris, either Madrid or Barcelona.
The Germans seem to have really loved football.
And probably Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And those
or Munich or whatever. But I can see that. And I know that what was it called? What was that league we did over there a long time ago?
NFL Europe.
It
Well, it was also the World League. I think it was it was the World League, and the NFL took it over for a while or whatever.
For those that don't recall, it was never NFL quality. But as far as ticket sales, it worked.
Yeah.
There was an audience. They just, we hamstrung ourselves because it was a European game and we wanted Europeans on the team. And, I don't think we're a long way from that. But I think that it's coming. But, back to the original idea, the thought on this, as the NFL brings this truly American game, and as you say, a novelty, and I agree, it's funny that the NBA, which views themselves as more international than any other sport, truly, because there's somebody on every continent now in the NBA except for Antarctica, they don't even do it. I mean, it's once or twice, and you have to have like a star player like Wemby has to be from there for us to send a team over there, and even then it's for a weekend. You're there and gone.
But yeah, I think the NFL will eventually want to do it they'll find the most populous cities in the most populous cities within reason. Like I think the two biggest cities in Europe by population are Moscow and Istanbul, Turkey. Neither of those are going to happen. But London, Paris, they're right behind that, and those are the places they're going to target. I would not be surprised if eventually they look at like a Tokyo or something like that. That would be another good market for them to be in. They just want as many eyes as possible, as many wallets as possible that they can get through the doors.
I'm looking at the biggest cities. Yeah, you've named them all. The only other one that's on there that isn't, and we didn't mention any team in Italy, but Milan. Is the top 10.
Yeah. What is Moscow the biggest?
Moscow with 17 million, Istanbul with 15, London between 11 and 14, Paris 10 to 12, Madrid 6 to 7, Barcelona up to 5.5, the Ruhr area of Germany, which I believe is Munich and the surrounding areas, up to depending on how wide you want to spread the net, up to almost 11 million, but that's a big area.
Okay.
Then St. Petersburg, Milan, and Berlin.
Okay, so think about that. New York City, which is the biggest city here, has about 8.5 million people. You just named like 8 places with more bodies in it.
They're slightly bigger than St. Petersburg, but not as big as Munich, Barcelona, Madrid, and Paris, or London, or as we said, Moscow.
So 6, 7.
Mm-hmm. And that size city, keep in mind, is supporting 2 football teams right now.
Right. Yeah. There's so much of a market there for it, and that's what they see.
I just wonder if it will be ever more than just a passing thing like Euro soccer is to us. Now, I know that there's some adoptees that live and breathe it, like Famous James, but I wonder if it's how long it will take for it to be something of matter, that people take the day off on Sunday to go watch.
Well, here's what I also think it will do. Just how, I always talk about in Vegas when I was there, the Raiders – everybody who cracks the schedule and says we're doing one road game a year, when your team goes to Vegas to play, that's the easiest one to circle. Well, that's the one we're going to this year. Right. Obviously, they're playing in Vegas. Well, of course, we're going to go there. Do you want to go to Vegas or do you want to go to Green Bay or Atlanta? Everybody's picking Vegas. You want to go to Jacksonville? No, they want to go to Vegas. Now you throw in, okay, we got one roadie this year. Where are we going? Munich. And that's awesome. And I think American fans would be into that.
I agree with that. You'd have to give us a long, and I guess they're smart. They're giving us a long time. They're telling us in early May, hey, in November, we're going to Moscow or wherever it might be. Go buy your tickets now. So they're doing it right.
But I think what we're doing now with Australia and Brazil is they are testing. They're seeing, okay, could this support?
I just don't see how Australia could ever be part of anything. I think that they are so far removed.
I mean, they would have to also be a Japanese team.
It'd have to be somewhere in the Asian perimeter, at least 4 teams, because we're talking about a 20-hour flight. You lose 2 weeks of effort.
But I mean, anytime a team went there, they would get the bye week the next week.
You hope.
And when you go to a double bye week system, it's going to make it a lot easier, and that's what everybody's pushing for anyway.
Like to get marooned on the Melbourne team.
God. I don't know. Yeah. You're paying less taxes than everybody else. Probably.
I say that. I know 75 basketball players over my life that have gone and had made good livings all over this world.
Yep.
Relegated is a term that is used by people who don't know. This is a paying gig. You go where the pay is.
And think about, you're making NFL money.
Yeah,
you're not making like Australian Basketball League money. You're making NFL money.
You're on the other side of the world, man. You end up in Melbourne. There is no place further away from home than Melbourne, Australia, man. You are out there.
I ain't mad
See
at
you
it.
in 8 months.
I might be there. I wouldn't mind going there.
Kangaroo meat.
I wouldn't mind going there. All right. 9:15 on the Morning Huddle. We'll be right back.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we are in good shape. No major incidents going on. This stall at 410 westbound before Vance Jackson, right around Cherry Ridge. That's off to the left shoulder. So main lanes are getting by. Blanco at Fresno, we've got an accident and still trying to clean up that rollover accident. General McMullen at Louis Street. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll go and check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm's sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
If you're exhausted with no energy and no sex drive, it may be time to head to Synergenics. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. At Synergenics, book a free testosterone test to see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. They're offering $200 off women's hormone testing. New female patients can pay just their insurance copay or $99 flat for a full hormone evaluation. Head to feelgreatlookgreat.com. That's feelgreatlookgreat.com.
Rich Eisen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payments sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in chili. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, all the reaction to a huge Game 5 between the Spurs and the Timberwolves.
We'll talk about it with Antonio Daniels, the former Spurs champion, will join us at 4:35.
All Spurs all the time.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Does Vic got what it takes?
I hope so.
Is this just Sammy or is this Van Hagar?
See, when was this?
This is, well, there you go. This is David.
No, that's Sammy, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Van Hagar.
Yeah, this is later Van Halen. Yeah. So this is Hagar.
This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
I'm not against Van Hagar. I know a lot of people don't like that.
I didn't love them, but they weren't terrible.
Hey! They kicked ass. Speaking of the schedule, Joe Burrow made a request, and they got it. Basically, Joe Burrow, who's been in the NFL since 2020, never played an international game. He thought they were going to get one last year. It didn't happen. And Burrow said, hey, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a game overseas.
That's cool. I appreciate this.
And they're saying that may have actually factored into why the NFL sent the Bengals to Madrid this year.
Dude, you tell me I get to go play in Madrid?
Yeah.
Wonder what the tax situation is for that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they double dip. Because
I have to pay the Spaniards tax?
I'm sure you do. Yeah. But Burrow said part of the reason I wanted to do the quarterback show on Netflix was to grow the game internationally. And so to not have a stage like that's a little disappointing. Because I feel like I've consistently worked hard. I've consciously worked hard to grow the game internationally. So hopefully at some point in my career we can go over there. So the NFL complied, basically.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to do. We talked about him on the cool scale yesterday. This is one of those reasons why I kind of feel like he's pretty cool. Like, hey, man, I want to go play over there.
Maybe so.
Even though I tell you, I think you do it once, you never want to do it again. I think it's just an ass whip.
Yeah.
I don't hear anybody go, man, I can't wait to fly to London and play next year.
No,
I don't ever hear anybody.
Right. It is tough for the players, no doubt. But it's I think everybody's like, oh, this is a cool for a lot of these NFL players, they've never been overseas.
Well, keep in mind, back in the day, now it's certainly changed a lot, but when the recruiting trail was, at least in my day, when they used the trip as a recruiting tool. Like, hey, and guess what? Next year, 2 years from now, we're scheduled to go play in the Bahamas on a Christmas tournament. I mean, if you're a free agent, you go, hey, man, game and take the fam to Madrid on the team dime. Probably they'll probably take another jet with family.
Did you see the comments that Steve Sarkisian had about Ole Miss football?
No, but I hope they were appropriate.
Lane Kiffin had some comments about Ole Miss the other day, and then Texas coach Steve Sarkisian told USA Today, all you have to do to get an Ole Miss degree is take basket weaving. At Texas, we'll only take 50% of a player's academic credit hours. You may be a semester from graduating, but you're going all the way back to 50% if you play here and you wanted a degree. But at Ole Miss, they can take you. All you have to do is take basket weaving. You can get an Ole Miss degree.
Oh, shut up, Steve.
So it's kind of like
shut up, Steve.
When, if Matt Leinart would have transferred when you remember Matt Leinart famously went back to USC to do ballroom dancing. That was the only class he took his last year. If Matt Leinart would have tried to transfer to Texas, he couldn't have just taken ballroom dancing. But what Sark is saying is you could transfer to Ole Miss, take ballroom dancing, and you've got a degree. It's all good.
I remember when the Southwest Conference was dissolving and they were going to join with the Big Eight, where they're bringing OU. And back then, the Big Eight, you could have unlimited scholarships. You could have everybody you wanted on scholarship. And all the Southwest Conference teams were like, man, that's not right. That's not fair. It's the competitive disadvantage. The advantage that Ole Miss has always had is, the school's easy to get into, brother. I mean, that's Ole Miss. It's not considered the Harvard of the South, I can tell you that. So, no, I'm not surprised one bit, and this has been going on forever. That school's easier to get into. That's why when I hear Notre Damers go, well, we go to class, sit down and shut up. If they want you, you get in. And that's every school. Shut up. Shut up, Sark. There's been plenty of Texas grads that might have a diploma in their hand. I'd like to see them pass a test. Man, that's every school.
Jamal Charles. Oh,
and A&M, dude. I saw a guy get a diploma with a general studies degree.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What's that?
You stood here for 4 years and you took a bunch of basket weaving. So here's a piece of paper. Congratulations. This ain't changing.
Well, Lane Kiffin, what he said the other day was he was basically he didn't say it, but he kind of said it. He was talking about, he said, LSU, we don't have the same issues we did at Ole Miss
because guys can read.
No, he was basically saying he said, hey, coach, they'd say, we really like you, but my grandparents aren't letting me move to Oxford, Mississippi.
Truth.
He said, they don't say that when it comes to Baton Rouge.
Well, that's true.
Parents were sitting here this weekend saying the campus diversity feels so great. It feels like there's no segregation, and we want that for our kid because that's the real world. So basically saying, yeah, at Ole Miss, it was tough being black, which is something you never say, like, oh, it's really tough to get black players to be happy here at Ole Miss until you're not at Ole Miss anymore. And then you say it and you're firing a shot over there at Ole Miss and saying, oh, yeah, there's a bunch of racist-ass folks over there in Oxford, Mississippi.
I think if things are going the way that what was his name? Kylan Hill. Remember Kylan Hill? He was a running back at Mississippi State.
Okay.
And he was top running back in the country.
I remember who you're talking about.
And he said, I'm not going to go there unless the state changes their freaking flag and takes the stars and bars off. And guess what happened? The flag got changed. I think as we see the political side, and I don't want to go wherever, but when we see what's going on in Tennessee, and we see some other states that are redistricting and taking the African-American vote just completely off the map, I think there's some activism. No, I know there's some activism that's going to tell these young players, don't go there. Don't go to states that segregate people like you. And I do think we're going to see some players choose not to go to Tennessee, choose not to go to Florida, choose not to come to Texas.
Yeah.
Where they're like, if you're going to gerrymander my people that look like me completely out of the political system, I'll go play for a state that wants me there.
Baton Rouge, at least according to 2024 data, 52% black, 34% white. Oxford, Mississippi, 66% white, 26% black. Lane's making it known, like, hey, you got a black kid who can play football, he'll feel a lot more comfortable here at LSU than he would at Ole Miss.
There's an old basketball player, his name was Tree Rollins, played at
Armor
Clemson.
Tree, yeah.
When he got recruited to go to Clemson, this is the early 70s. I forget who the coach was then at the time. It'll come to me in a second. But they're bringing in Tree. They're going into Clemson, and the head basketball coach created a fake black fraternity.
Oh, wow.
Made up fake letters, put together a fake party. Tree Rollins goes to Clemson, parties like nobody's business, signs on the dotted line, comes back on campus when he gets there. There's no such thing.
No, this doesn't exist.
He's the only black dude on the whole campus. He's like, what happened to all the brothers?
Oh, no, we shipped those guys in from Columbia.
Where's all the Q dogs at, man? I thought there was a viable population down here. Nope, you're it.
That's so great. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll see. We got some Hollywood stuff to get into. Huddle on Hollywood coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, there's nothing I hate more than dishonest business practices. So I built the company GiveMeTheVin.com around this slogan. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. At GiveMeTheVin.com, we show up at your house, check in hand, pay off your payoff. It's just that simple. GiveMeTheVin.com.
We're the only 5-star BBB rated card buyer out there.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
This is Officer Green with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring. Are you interested in a rewarding career that offers great pay, benefits, respect, and a chance to make a difference? Then visit sapdcareers.com if you are looking for a career with opportunities. The SAPD is looking for qualified applicants committed to keeping the Alamo City safe. This is your chance to make a difference. Become one of San Antonio's finest. Visit sapdcareers.com. For eligibility requirements, visit sapdcareers.com.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Whether your pain started yesterday or years ago, we treat the root cause so you can feel real relief fast. No pills, no surgery. Most patients notice improvement in just one visit, and we accept most insurance plans. Stop waiting. Start feeling better. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs absolutely obliterated the Minnesota Timberwolves, 126-97. Wemby went for 27 and 17. They're up 3-2 now, heading back to Minnesota. You'll catch that game Friday night on Amazon Prime. As the playoffs continue tonight, we get the Cavs as they open the series with the Pistons at 2 apiece behind Donovan Mitchell's 43 points. Game 5's tonight. You can catch it live right here.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
In a West End bun.
Is this...
You like the Pet Shop Boys, do you?
No.
No? Not a fan?
No.
Those East End girls.
West End girls.
I thought the East End is poor.
East Town bars with West End girls.
East End is poor, and West End is rich.
West
It's not here in San Antonio.
Evidently, there's those crazy Hispanics down on the South Side got a lot
They
of
got
money.
firework money.
They got firework cash. Crazy Hispanics.
Great news. After a decade stuck in legal disputes, more than a decade, I guess. It's been 17 years. 17 years. Guess what's coming back?
I'm waited with bated breath. I have no idea.
Yes. Friday the 13th franchise returns.
No.
Yes.
What? That's been how long did you just say?
17 years. The last movie came out in 2009.
I'm thinking Halloween. You're right, but we had plenty of them before it died. How many Friday the 13th did we have?
Very, very many.
All right, so I guess again there are no new ideas in the world. There's only 7 stories ever told. I guess it's about time.
Mind you, the original Friday the 13th came out 46 years ago.
Dude. I'm very painfully aware.
So it's been plenty of time, but there is a new series coming to Peacock this fall.
Oh, go on.
Called Crystal Lake. Mm-hmm. It is a prequel.
So we'll find out why.
Yes.
Find out why.
Crystal Lake takes place before the original Friday the 13th movie and stars Linda Cardellini as Jason's mother, Pamela Voorhees. Callum Vinson is also set to play a recurring role as Jason himself.
You need Listerine for that breath.
And basically the plot details, it's kind of under wrap, but it says the show will presumably reveal new details about Pamela's life before the death of her son. By the way, spoiler alert on a 46-year-old movie, Pamela Voorhees' son Jason drowns.
Yes.
In an accident while at camp while the counselors weren't paying attention. And then she goes on a murderous rampage, and then eventually he goes on a murderous rampage.
Right.
But with Hollywood finding so much success, in a time when Hollywood movies are not as successful as they have been, movies that have continued to do well, Halloween reboots, Scream reboots have done well. But Friday the 13th has been stuck in legal limbo over a dispute over who owned the rights to the franchise. Which, by the way, the Nightmare on Elm Street series faced similar issues until Wes Craven's estate got the rights in 2019.
I remember that. That was always Wes Craven's gig.
Yeah,
it took so long.
But they've had a hard time putting together a new Freddy movie. But yeah, Jason hasn't been on screen since 2009. Now, remember in the early 2000s, Jason in Space. That was one.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the shark was jumped long before.
Freddy versus Jason, not ideal. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Nope.
There was one where Jason.
No, it's got to be at a camp.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
come
got to
on,
be
man.
in the woods,
Which one?
man.
Now, you're probably, people my age, you could judge the two because they were both coming out. The Halloween franchise and the Friday the 13th franchise ran concurrently. They would one up. I was always more of a Halloween.
Oh, Halloween's far superior
Yeah, Halloween
product.
was always a far better series than Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was, if you were a young man and you liked boobies, as I did.
Yes.
As we all did.
You watched Friday the 13th.
Yes,
because
we
there was going to be gratuitous sex
and then
between camp counselors
and then
in
a knife
every
thrust into a boob.
Yes. Yes.
And there was always the possibility that we might see Jamie Lee Curtis's boob fall out. It didn't happen.
Or wet through
We had to wait till Trading Places to see that.
Gonzo says, why would they send someone who can't swim to swim camp? You know, these are the questions.
You got to learn to swim. You have to have an origin story,
questions.
or there's no horror to it. Remember at the very end when he came out of the water? Whoa!
Yeah,
Right?
Linda Cardellini, who is 50 years old.
She's still hot?
I think she looks pretty good.
Hold on, let me look.
She was on The Tonight Show pretty recently, and she looked good on The Tonight Show. She's
how do I know her?
From Freaks and Geeks and Mad Men. And,
she's spectacular. She was just in DTF, right? Wasn't that her?
Yes.
She's doing quite well.
Yeah,
she's held together quite well.
I remember her.
Yeah.
That's Jason's mom? Oh, I wonder if one of the counselors does sex with Jason's mom.
Somebody did something to Jason's mom. Somebody did something.
We'll see.
They didn't do it right because look what turned out.
I know.
They did something.
Estrada says, so Jason never really drowned, right? Or is he a Walking Dead?
I think he's a Walking Dead. Because if you saw the very end of the very first one back in 1980, he was all covered with stuff when he came out of the water.
He got maggots and moss.
He was covered with slime and stuff.
Yeah.
He had a Taiwanese penis fish.
Yes. He probably, you spent enough time in there.
That's what made him mad.
And no one pulled the leeches off of him.
No, that's why he's all upset. Penis fish and the leeches and a moth in his ear. He's killing people.
Other news in the world of Hollywood. I guess this isn't Hollywood so much. This is radio. In Fort Myers, Jason Page, who's known as Bud Man,
He has a wacky morning show.
He's the producer and co-host for The Wild Bunch, which, by the way, there was when
oh my God,
my first radio job, the company bought a station that was like broadcasting out of Phoenix, and they did a morning show called The Wild Bunch, and our PD for my sports station put himself on the air with a couple of other guys.
I love that.
And he was like the least wild guy ever, and he was like trying to be cool and hip. And they were like, "You can't wear your tie when you're in here doing the show." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I want to make sure I fit in with the guys." He was this guy from like Toledo, Ohio, or something like that, being on the Wild Bunch. But this Bud man from the Wild Bunch has left the program. Before that, Jason Big Mama Jones left. And
all the good nicknames have been taken.
They all quit. They said, a lot of
Big Mama's gone.
Big Mama's gone. Bud Man's gone.
Old man Mama's boy.
He said he wrote on Facebook, "I quit B1039. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. And man, we had fun. I'll be forever grateful for every listener who called in, every inside joke, every game we played, every treasure hunt guess, every drop off line shout out time. It really was a wacky morning show." Budman also apparently, it says here, prior to joining WXKB, Page worked at KXME Honolulu, KPTY Phoenix, KWYL Reno, KTFM San Antonio.
What's this dude's name?
Jason Page, Paige.
Yeah, he was here.
I don't know him.
You know him? He worked at this station?
Yeah, he was.
over 10 years.
It was Budman and Booger.
On this station?
Yeah, it was 94.1. We were wild at the time. It was wild.
He was the Wild Bunch.
And actually,
we had a show named Budman and Booger.
It was
Budman and Booger. I'm using Budman's mic.
Okay,
I don't want the Booger one.
Where the guest seats are, that's where where he was, where he was sitting, and then we had a board there. It was reconfigured at the time, but yeah, that's him. I remember him going to Hawaii, and actually he would smoke chronic in here back then. This was in 2002.
So that was an earned nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why he says he quit, the station was purchased by the owners of Trump Country and Fox News radio stations.
So they were going to run his ass out anyway.
I think he quit before they said farewell.
You got to wait to get fired so you get unemployment.
No, but that was Budman and Booger.
Budman and Booger.
Yeah.
That should be us, Rob.
Well, I'm not going to be Booger.
I'll be Budman.
There's one that I've heard.
You guys are going to have to arm wrestle for that one.
I ain't being Booger.
Axeman.
I'll be Moko.
Axeman and Budman.
I'll be Mokoso.
Mokoso, the Moko monster.
Yeah.
El monstro, Moko monstro. That's
see?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We got one segment left, friends. We've got one segment left. We will do the Daily Lines. That's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Zip.
ZipRecruiter.
If you're exhausted with no energy and no sex drive, it may be time to head to Synergenics. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. At Synergenics, book a free testosterone test to see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. They're offering $200 off women's hormone testing. New female patients can pay just their insurance copay or $99 flat for a full hormone evaluation. Head to feelgreatlookgreat.com. That's feelgreatlookgreat.com.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen. A fine, an inconvenience, a little embarrassment. But then comes the crash. There are injuries, a hospital bed, the long road to recovery, the moments you'll miss. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. That ticket? That was nothing. Click it. Don't risk it. Paid for by NHTSA.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
C-Note says, anyone heard that the Blazers owners threatening to move the team to Nashville or Austin? Austin ain't fixing to happen. It's not impossible.
Who?
The Blazers.
The guy that owns the Carolina.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dundon?
Yeah.
That guy's so cheap, he ain't doing anything.
I doubt he does, too.
He's the cheapest owner in sports right now.
He is.
Yeah.
All right.
But Austin is the biggest city in the United States that does not have a Big Four sports franchise.
Well, they do. It's called the University of Texas.
Right, but they do not have a professional sports franchise.
Well, they have that soccer team, but that's not big time.
But like MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL.
No, I agree, and I think up until very recently, most teams were afraid to go because the monster that is the University of Texas. I mean,
but also, most people who lived in Austin 20 years ago were from Austin, and now most people who live in Austin are transplants.
It will be over the Spurs' dead body.
Is your phone on? Or
might be. If that was to occur, as far as the NBA, now I could see a baseball team landing in Austin somewhere between here and there. I think that'd be the easiest thing to happen. I don't think Jerry cares. I think Houston cares. I think the Texans would care. I think Jerry would be upset, but I don't think it would.
On an NFL team, if an NFL team came?
The problem with San Antonio never getting an NFL team has never been the Cowboys. It's always been the McNairs.
But they're talking about an NBA team.
I'm just saying but I'm saying the reason that they won't get it is that the Spurs franchise has built a fence around Austin. They're saying they've claimed them as their own. The NBA knows it. They've made a deal with San Antonio so they can take away a couple of home games to play up there in Austin. They have built a fence around it. That ain't happening. Now, the baseball team could.
Do you
Football
think?
team,
Do you think?
maybe.
You think Austin will continue to get Spurs home games after Project Marvel's built?
I think that this relationship is constant. I don't think that's going anywhere. And I think once we've gotten the assurances, once the thing has been built, they ain't going nowhere. And I do think that they have built a fence around this part of the world, and that ain't going to happen. Now, baseball could happen. Football could happen if McNair, because I don't think Jerry gives a crap if Austin got a team. This is Cowboy land, and it always will be.
All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Cleveland's at Detroit, Game 5 tonight, 2-2. Pistons 3.5-point favorites.
Home team.
Yeah.
This has been a home team series. I do think that if it's going to happen, a roadie win, I think it'll be Cleveland tonight.
Cavaliers have the momentum.
Yeah,
I mean, they beat the snot out of Detroit the other night.
I just don't know which team's going to show up.
And then the next game for the Spurs, Friday in Minnesota. That means tomorrow there's no game, which is weird.
Yeah, it's
no NBA game.
Got a slow couple of days.
The Spurs are already 4.5-point favorites on the road at Minnesota for Game 5. That's it. Well, I mean, that sounds about right. Like if they were 9.5 here, you flip home court.
So it went down to 9.5 by tip?
Yeah.
Because it was up above a 10 there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was 10.5, 9.5, bouncing around, depending on which book you were at. But yeah, somewhere between 9.5 and 10.5. In the National Hockey League, there's one game today that is Colorado hosting Minnesota. Colorado minus 220. They're up 3-1 in that series. They're trying to close it out tonight. And then tomorrow you've got two more, Buffalo and Montreal, which is now 2-2. The Sabres winning last night. They're minus 120 at home. And Vegas is at the once mighty Ducks. That is minus 110 both ways. So that's a pick'em game there. Major League Baseball, Yankees at the Orioles. Yankees minus 175. Angels are at Cleveland. The Guardians minus 165. Rockies plus 153 at Pittsburgh. Mitch Keller going for the Pirates. They're minus 185. It's Paul Skeens almost threw a no-hitter on Paul Skeens Day. He's damn near struck out everybody he faced. Incredible. That dude's awesome. Yeah. The Nationals are in Cincinnati. The Reds minus 170. Phillies at Boston. The Red Sox minus 130. The Blue Jays minus 155 hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. Framber Valdez back on the hill, minus 110.
None too soon, man.
Minus 110 both ways. They're at the New York Mets. Shota Imanaga goes for the Chicago Cubs. They're in Atlanta taking on the Braves. Cubs minus 135. The Padres are at the Brewers. Brew Crew minus 155. The Florida Marlins are in Minnesota. The Fish minus 125. Kansas City's at Chicago. The White Sox, that are minus 110 both ways. Kumar Rocker going for the Rangers today. Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks. That one's also minus 110 both ways. Bryce Miller for the Mariners. Lance McCullers Jr. for the Astros. The Mariners minus 130 favorites. Cardinals at the Athletics. The A's. God, the A's are minus 150 favorites hosting the St. Louis Cardinals.
Enjoy it while you can.
Seriously. And Shohei Ohtani takes the hill yesterday.
Who?
You may have heard of this fella. He had a home run yesterday.
Not very popular.
It's just not that big of a deal. But he'll pitch tonight for the Dodgers against the Giants. The Dodgers are minus 250 favorites. Blitz comes up at 2 o'clock. That's Jason and Joe and Pledger. Bunch of cool dudes
in this room
right here, where Booger and Budman and Axeman and Bobcat, where we've all done our show.
Legendary studio.
Enjoy the day, everybody. We'll be back. Do it all over again tomorrow for a small Friday.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ